Hi, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Saturday evening to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope that you are ready to have some fun. As you can see, the shenanigans have already started. The screen was fine before. I have no idea what's happening over there. But I guess we're going to be surprised and find out in just a few minutes. First of all, again, I want to welcome everybody back to the channel. Thank you again so much for being here today. We are going to be working on clue 1 of our Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and we're really excited about it. I'm going to be joined by some special guests who will eventually show their faces in just a few minutes, I'm sure. Let me get this warning out of the way right away. This is the After Dark edition. So as much as we're going to try to be PG, it's, it just kind of is what it is. There may or may not be some alcoholic beverages involved. And, things just might happen here. You just never know. So if you got little kids in the room, this might not be the best episode for them to watch. You might want to have them leave the room, or maybe put a headphone in, or, maybe just come back and watch it later. I have no idea what's happening over there. This is so much fun. I told them to mute their mic for 5 minutes, and the next thing I know, there's this whiteboard going in front of the TV, and I have no idea what they're doing over there. So it'll be interesting to see. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. I have a new game. As you can see here, there's a new game. There's a new word up here. We are going to be starting a new game. It's a drinking game, but I'm not encouraging anyone to drink alcohol. I'm not encouraging it. Now, if you choose to do that, that is completely of your own accord, but I am not encouraging it. We are going to have a special word. Here is the new special keyword of the day. If anyone, either of our hosts, either of our 3 hosts, accidentally says this particular word, which I'm not going to say it, but if they say one of these particular words, I want you to do exclamation point drink in chat. It'll play a little, it'll give us a little blurb on the screen there, and we will all have to take a little sip of our preferred beverage. I encourage you guys to play along with us. It's just something fun and silly that we're going to be playing. Again, I'm not encouraging anyone to drink alcohol. Water, tea, coffee. If you choose to drink wine, that is completely up to you. I will be choosing to drink an alcoholic beverage. All right, I don't know what's going on over there. Ladies, are you planning to show up today? For those of you who have joined the After Dark edition before, you know that I have 2 special guests that usually join me. That is my mom, Joyce, and her bestie, Cheryl, who are behind this white curtain here. I have no idea what they're doing over here. I can hear them. I know they're there. I can hear their voices. But they're obviously they're just up to shenanigans is what they're up to. Lucas says, do they need my virtual help? Lucas, I don't think so. I believe they may already be a bottle in. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest. I am not sure what happened. I walked away to go to the bathroom, and I come back, and this is what I get. So I'm not sure what they're doing over there. But they're having lots of fun. Yeah, Katie says shenanigans loading. Absolutely, 100%, because that's what's happening on over here right next door. All right, so while they're figuring out what they're doing, yes, exactly. I hear muffled giggling. Yeah, Kelly, you and me both, Kelly. I hear muffled giggling too. So they're doing something over there. I'm just not sure what. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on. But in the meantime, until they pop over, I'm gonna hop into chat really quickly and welcome everybody into chat. It looks like we've got at least 15 followers already, so that's great. I always give a very special shout out to the first person, and my goodness, was that person there early. Oh my goodness. Brat, you were in there. Brat46 was in there at 5:45. That's what, 40, almost an hour, 45 minutes before our start time. So my goodness, thank you so much for waiting around, and I appreciate you sticking around and hanging out with us today. Thanks so much. Lorraine, hi, how are you? I didn't know what I was going to say there, but how are you? I hope you are well. This is just completely throwing me off. I have no idea what to do with this right now. Lucas says, woo! Hi, Lucas. Lucas is down. Obviously, he's not here with me. You can see he's not here with me. He's down in Southern Illinois visiting his sweetheart for Valentine's Day, my daughter. So that's where he is at. I'm sure she's making him completely crazy. I'm certain of it. Hi, Nancy. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you are well. I hope you're here to have a lot of fun. We're going to have lots and lots of fun tonight, as you can see. Lucas wants to know what that new command is. Well, Lucas, that's what the new command is. It's the new drinking command. If somebody says that key word, we got to use it. It is set so that you can only do it once every 2 minutes, so we can't just spam the chat with it. Let's see, who else we got here? Nancy says, Dani is an angel. Nancy, I knew you were my favorite for a reason. Hi, Linda. Good evening. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us today. It's so good to see you. Kelly says, hello, my quilting friends. It is happy hour. Yes, it is. So cheers. Well, then here you go, Kelly. I'm going to cheers with you. Here you go. Cheers to you as well, lady. Cheers to you. Welcome this evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's see. Who else we got? Lucas says, oh boy. Yeah, Lucas, we're in for it tonight. Yeah, it is a surprise as to who's in there. Yeah, there might be somebody. Hi, Joyce. Joyce Hernandez. Hi, how are you? I feel like I might have seen your name in chat before, but if not, welcome to the channel. I'm so grateful you're here. My mom was probably thrilled that there's another member of the group with the same name. That's exciting. What have I got here? Oh, chat's moving again. Hey, I can hear muffled giggling here. Are they going to be in costumes? Gosh, Lucas, I have no idea what's happening right now. This is a complete surprise to me. This was not part of the plan, so it's completely throwing me off. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect, so it's going to be fun. Hi, Patty. Good evening. She says, good evening, Dani and family. Good evening, Patty. It's so great to see you. Thanks for joining us. We're in for all kinds of shenanigans. Oh, look, ladies. Helen's in chat. Hi, Helen. Helen's a longtime family friend, and she's actually Cheryl's sister-in-law, so that's really exciting. Hi, Helen. It's so great to see you. Thanks for joining us this evening. As you can see, they are already up to some shenanigans. I'm not sure what it is, but hopefully we'll get to find out soon, because we've got a clue to put together.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, boy. So apparently... That is such a funny surprise. Oh, I love that, ladies. That was so much fun. Oh my God.
Somebody say clue.
You were waiting for me to say clue. That is hysterical. You guys are just too funny.
How long did we have to wait for you to say the word clue?
Yeah, you had to wait quite a while. That is so funny. Oh, see, this is why you guys are on the channel. Oh my gosh. I knew there had to be something. I knew I was waiting for something.
Mom, there's something in front of your screen. Are you standing in front of the screen, Mom? I just her thumbs up. Just said, yeah, we're here. She went,
see,
oh.
I told you, the shenanigans.
We're in our formal wear with our clue detective glasses and our smart caps.
Oh,
and today
God,
I am
Mrs.
Watson and this is Mrs. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Watson and Sherlock. I got it. All right. Oh, you ladies. And we haven't even started drinking wine yet.
Oh, yes, we have.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, cheers, ladies. Thank you very much. Cheers. Oh, so funny. Oh, thank you for that so much. So fun. So, yes, we are going to be working on Clue 1 today of our Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Excuse me. Oh, what is Mom showing me? Oh, no. No, Mom, the camera's down further. Keep going towards Cheryl. Up. Right there. She wants me to read the card. All right. Mom wants me to say say the word because I told her she couldn't say it on purpose, and now she's just made a little sign that says needles. Oh my gosh. All right. So anyone that has a beverage, please partake. Make sure you take a small sip, especially if it's alcohol. I am not condoning anyone for drinking in excess. But there you go. I told you, shenanigans all evening. This is what it's going to be like, I swear. Oh.
Did you have sticky notes on all parts of the outfits? No, Lucas.
Oh, you guys are so much fun. All right. Excuse me. So Mom actually purchased hers as a complete kit. I purchased mine a clue at a time. Excuse me. So then that way, either way that you have entered your PMQ, you will be able to see exactly how it came in. So Mom has her big blue box there that we're going to be going through. She's gotten a bunch of extra goodies in hers because she did order the whole thing at one time. Thank you, Cheryl, for being Vanna Sherlock Holmes. We appreciate that. And I'm going to flip over the screen here and show you guys what I received. And what I received was this beautiful little brown envelope, which the lighting is just terrible in here.
Oh.
The very pretty blue brown envelope, which has my clue in it. So we're going to open those together. Hi, Terry. Welcome to the channel. You missed it. Girl, you got to go back and watch the beginning. Cheryl and my mom made their debut as Sherlock Holmes and Watson for our clues. It was a lot of fun. And we have introduced a new game right here. It's a new drinking game. Again, I'm not encouraging anyone to drink alcoholic beverages. Water would be the preferred drink of choice, but you can choose whichever one you prefer. And if anyone accidentally says the key word for today, then we need to type !drink in chat, and we will each take a sip of our preferred beverage. Oh no, Kelly broke a nail. Oh, Kelly, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. She said she'll be right back. She broke a nail. She was laughing so hard she smacked it, I'm sure. Terry says, I did just get here. Forgot you were going live. No problem, Terry. But yeah, there was funny shenanigans first thing. So if you guys are watching now, make sure you go back and watch the replay because it was pretty funny because I had no idea what was happening. No idea. No one told me. It was a complete surprise. It was so funny.
That would ruin all the fun if we told you.
That is true. It would not have been any fun. All right, so Cheryl, go ahead and open up that blue box. Let's see what's in there. Now, you guys know that I've already revealed to you what our colorways are. Mom and Cheryl are going to be doing Moonlit, right? Moonlight.
I don't know.
Okay. She'll get to it in a minute.
See? Clue. Can you see this?
That's a
Clue.
That's not Clue. That's a Flat Nancy.
But she's got the detective ensemble.
Yeah, she does.
Yes, that is for sure. She has gotten Flat Nancy.
It comes with clue 1.
Yes, so my mom will be getting her clues via email. So if you've signed up for the entire box, you will get your clues once a month via email. I will be getting mine in the mail just like this. So either way, you should be able to get them. Excuse me.
We are doing Moonlit.
Moonlit is Mom's colorway, and then I believe mine is called Tranquil. We'll have to double check that when I get it open, but that is what I believe mine is called. So how many signs do you have, Mom?
Enough.
I don't even.
Oh, there it goes again. Yep.
Hey, this one's better.
That one's better.
All right, everybody take your sip. This is going to get fun.
Okay, well, then we've got a little baggie that says, thank you for your support.
That is you can go ahead and open that one up, Cheryl. That one's your mom's free gifts. Let's see what she got in there. Again, I didn't get those free gifts that are in that little brown bag because I didn't order mine as a complete kit. So if you did order yours as a complete kit, you will probably get some of these gifts.
Oh, it's a cute pen.
No, Lucas, it does not count if you say it.
I got a little
one of
Barbie
the hosts
cup
today.
I got a little Barbie bucket. You
A
think
Barbie
what is
bucket?
this? Well, that's what it looks like. Oh, it's a thimble.
Barbie bucket.
It's a thimble for really fat fingers.
Oh,
I thought mine were
you got a
fat.
Barbie bucket, people. It goes on the end of your finger.
Well, when I was little and played Barbies, we'd use this as the mop bucket.
Right? I had some fancy mop buckets for my Barbies because my grandma had metal ones.
And then we got a lapel pin.
Oh, you got a lapel pin. Very nice.
Cuts lapel pin, yes.
And then the box is full of all of our
Shenanigans.
clues.
Clues, yes. We're going to be looking on for clue 1, Cheryl. So if you want to pull clue 1 out.
Clue 1.
We're going to be working on that one today.
In this box.
And then Mom also bought, she bought the corresponding thread. Yeah, the coordinating thread, sorry. And then she also got an oops kit in the bottom. She's trying to get me drunk, I'm pretty sure.
There's also a sticker.
A sticker, yes. Place that sticker anywhere you like. I got a sticker in mine too. Let me see if I can find it.
Really? Anywhere we like?
I don't know if you guys can see this on camera. I've got one here.
Yeah,
I've got one over here. And now I've got this one, which is our Tree of Life hot cuts. So I gotta figure out where I want to put that one.
Is this the oops?
Yeah, that's the oops kit.
And
I
then the
haven't
oops
decided
kit.
yet where I'm going to put this one. So for right now, I'm just going to keep it up here until I decide where I'm going to put that one. But for those of you who wanted to see what it looks like, here, I'll put it over here on the camera. This is your Tree of Life. I don't know what's going on with the coloring here. Sorry,
That's
guys.
why
There we go. That's a little bit better.
You know what I mean?
There's your Tree of
Not
Life.
gonna be huge, you know. It's very pretty.
That might actually be a better sticker.
What'd you do with the clues?
It's in your hand.
No, this is the clue.
Oh, and those get mailed out.
Oh,
Hi,
and
Naomi.
Fat
No, welcome
not
back to
Fat
the
Man.
channel. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Flat.
You are in for a fun evening, girl. We are up to some shenanigans tonight.
You know,
As you can
we were
see,
talking.
We've got Watson and Sherlock over here. We are going to be working on clue 1 of our PMQ tonight.
You know, we were talking about Flat Stanley today in the car.
We were. That is Flat Nancy.
I know, but I find it ironic that Cheryl brought up Flat Stanley today, and I'll be honest with you, I forgot all about Flat Stanley from when you guys were kids. But she said that to me as I walked out my back, and then you were here already. I said, "This is your Flat Nancy." And I went, "Huh? What do you mean I have Flat Nancy?"
Well, I think Flat Stanley was more the girls' age. I don't remember doing one myself, but I know the girls. Tracy sent it down to Tracy.
Tracy did Flat Stanley. We made it around the country.
Yeah. Joyce is going
Later one evening this week, and then back into the driveway, and he parked so close to my car. Let Dan quickly be between the cars. So I was like, I had him up on his car, so I go to work. We need this or this.
Friends, if you are having problems with the audio for Mom, I believe that it might be... It says there's a lot of feedback. Speaking Pig Latin. Mom, I believe that it might be...
Will you shut up?
No. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mom, but they're having some issues with the audio. So give me just a second here. It looks like there's some...
Wine in the line?
I mean, it could. I think the line might be a little drunk. I do believe so.
When that happens.
Lucas said he refreshed and it was better. So, friends, if you can refresh your own screens, that might help. I don't think there's nothing on our end that I can tell. So if you're in our chat and you want to just refresh it, that would be help. Somebody else said the sound is back to good, so I'm glad to hear that. So okay, so it looks like it was just some some wine in the line. Looks like.
Line in the line.
There was some wine
We
in
have
the
a
line.
whiny line.
You know what it was? You know what I think it was? I think there might have been a
No.
needle in the line.
Well. Cheers.
Cheers.
What the hell are you drinking? What beverage do you have, my dear?
Doesn't it look pretty?
It does look quite fine. Orange juice and red stuff.
It is a tequila sunrise.
Yuck.
It is very good. It is very, very yummy. It was very cold earlier, just before we started the stream. I was very, very chilly, so I told Mr. Wizard, I said, I bet if I drink some alcohol, I'll warm up.
Or is this?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, have you
Here's what
guys
we-
already started the clue? My goodness, I haven't even opened mine yet.
No, I'm just,
She's
it's
sorting, because we learned this sort thing the
Yes.
last time.
So, for those of you who are sewing along with us, let's go ahead and open up our clue ones and slide them out. Now, I always slide mine out pretty gently, just like that.
No, I barreled through like
That
a
must-
freight train.
Yeah.
She said she
She sure
barreled
did.
through. Okay. Now, if you have your alphabetties, for those of you,
No.
I
different
reminded
shapes
you
of-
guys about those. The last time we were together, if you have those, you can
Well,
grab
go
those
ahead
now.
and put this first, and then Cheryl's got gas.
No, I don't.
She's got
Yes, you
what?
do.
Gas.
Oh.
G-A-S.
Oh my.
I have not gassed at all
She's been burping and talking about farting for the last 10 minutes.
because I'm trying not to say the other F word.
So this, friends, is a patch. It's beautiful. I don't know if you can see it. This is the Cotton Cuts logo, and it's been put into a patch. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm wondering if this is an iron-on backing to it. I'm sure that it'll explain more in one of these packets here, but this is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is just gorgeous. Absolute beautiful patch. So everybody is getting a patch no matter which way you got your clues. That is your gift for joining. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to set that aside for right now. Now, these are my fabrics. Aren't they just gorgeous? Oh, they're so
I
pretty.
didn't see anything but the patch.
Well, you got to look on the bigger screen, Mom.
I am.
See? These are all the different colors. They're just so pretty.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you, I was at your one of your daughter's apartments last weekend,
Uh-huh.
and I absolutely love the quilt that's on her bed in the living room.
That is the
It's
yellow
beautiful.
that is the yellow brick road quilt. We made that here on the channel.
This.
Yeah,
Hi,
that
friend.
was
Good
beautiful.
evening.
it's the
Welcome.
first time I've seen it.
Welcome. All right, so one couple of the other things that you guys are going to receive in your clues is most of you will get a Cotton Cuts block of the month, which is
It
this
hasn't
piece
come
here.
That hasn't come yet. It comes in the see
Excuse me. What?
Question.
What?
binding. I haven't gotten that yet, have I?
You did. It's in your clue 10.
Oh, okay.
She made me follow a chart, and
I made her follow this chart.
That is your colorway chart. Those of you who
Correct.
are getting yours by month, you're going to want to make sure that you do not lose your color chart, because that is going to tell you what fabrics you need, because the clues that you receive are just numbers and letters. They are not color coordinated. So you can see here, right here on the screen, you can see all the letters there. They're not color coordinated. They're just letters, because each colorway is different. So you're going to want to make sure you keep that color chart. Now mine is just underneath these fabrics here. Let me grab. I like to put everything on my cutting mat just so that it's kind of all together. So I'm going to slide my cutting mat under here.
It's a different color.
Seems a little silly, I know, but that's what I'm going to do.
Yours looks like water.
I know. Isn't it gorgeous? It's called Tranquil.
Like a lily
It's just so pretty. The lighting in here just sucks. I don't understand what's happening today, but
It's a lily pad.
I'll be curious to see what the
Hobbit.
and this is my colorway.
I said hobbit? No, I said needle.
So this is
Anybody
the colorway.
hear me? I said needle.
She did say needle. All right, here we go. Needle later. Terry, that is an excellent advice. She said she made a photocopy of her color chart, which is on the back of your colorway. She made a photocopy of it and she hung it near her machine so that she has it with her. Usually what I do, Terry, and I'm sure you've seen me do it before, but I actually take mine, and I have a clip right here that I actually clip it to. I'm going to take my hell in a handbasket down for now. Lord knows I've been expressing that all week. But I usually hang mine right here, so it's right here next to me, so I always know what colors I'm looking at. And then when I'm done with my clue, I take this down and I put it in my bin with all of my pieces so that they don't get lost. So that is excellent advice for anyone. Now, one of the other things...
Gosh, it's so perfect.
Huh?
Nothing.
Us senior blind people.
And then I also got myself a flat Nancy, too. So I'm going to put my flat Nancy out here, too.
Didn't everybody get a flat Nancy?
Yes. Everybody should get a flat Nancy with your first clue. Let's see if I can get her to stay.
I won't use a pink pen.
There we go.
Why not? Did you get a pink one, too?
I did not get any pens yet. No pens for me.
Oh.
That must have been part of yours. So this is
It was
the black
part of
and
my
white.
welcome kit.
Yes, it probably was part of your welcome kit because you bought the purchased the whole kit. Now this black of the month is for February. Cotton Cuts does a black of the month color challenge. So you color in this card based on the pattern that's on the front. You color it in, you take a picture of it, and then you post it onto their Facebook group, and you can win a prize. And then if you've posted all 12 of them for every month, then you can win a free PMQ at the end of the year. I've been keeping these. I haven't 100% decided what I'm doing with them yet. I have like 3 years worth of them. Hold on. I have 3 years worth of them, so I've just been keeping them. I've got a whole big stack of them back here that I've just been kind of keeping, and I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with them just yet. Yes, Mom, what was your question?
We didn't get one of those.
No, you probably opted out of the color challenge kit.
What is the who?
Huh? When you were ordering your kit, you probably opted out of the
What did you mean, madam?
You probably opted out of the color challenge when you were ordering your kit. I think I told you that you didn't need to because I was getting mine.
Which?
Sorry.
Here's about the time I want you to reach up and just slap your ass in the arm, okay?
Really, Mom?
Yeah.
Again, PG, Mom. PG.
This is the arm. Slap your ass in the arm. I didn't say anything worse than they say on 257 or 9.
There you go. Yes, Terry, thank you very much for that reminder. Yes, go to Cotton Cuts website and you can check out the Flat Nancy instructions as well as the color challenge. For sure, 100%. Thank you for that.
Heist 300. Wow, they're really winning a lot of money.
Terry says, at least she didn't say needles.
Oh, well, needles.
Okay, I'm done. So
you're down to root beer now.
Well, that's okay. We're encouraging everyone to drink water as it is.
Cheers.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here is your official clue 1. This is a small clue 1, as you can see is evident here. It's a small clue 1. This one is made of
it looks
2
like
different...
a house.
What?
It looks like a house.
It does. It does kind of look like
there
a house.
There are no flying geese.
There might... there's one flying geese, yeah. The bottom of the house is a flying geese.
Yeah. This is...
So there are 2 pieces here. There's these 2 here, which are the same, and then there's these 2 here. So we're going to be making 2 different sections for this particular clue. Because, Mom, we've got a lot of people that are following us, just like yourself, that are following us that have never done this before. So I want to make sure I want to go through every instruction very carefully so that everyone knows exactly what they need to do.
Absolutely, because I have to listen too. I don't know what I'm doing.
So the first thing that we're going to see is that these are the 2 pieces that we're going to be making. Naomi says, I'm actually drinking root beer at the moment. Might add a scoop of ice cream. That does sound good.
So we're making a square and a house.
Yes, a square and a house. That's what we're making. On the bottom of your first
got
page,
my shades down. I got my shades down. Sorry.
On the bottom of your first clue is a box here that tells you everything that your clue contains. in the pieces and the colorways. My first suggestion is to go ahead and lay out your pieces in this order. So that's what I'm going to do very quickly, is I'm going to go ahead and lay out all these pieces. I like to coordinate mine by color, not necessarily by shape, just by color. And then I put the biggest pieces on the bottom and the smaller pieces on the top. If you've purchased a thing of alphabetties, or you have labels or something else that you can use to go ahead and mark these, you're going to want to do that now. Unfortunately, I have used all of my alphabetties for other projects, so I don't have any to use, but I know that Mom does. So Mom and Cheryl, make sure that you're using your alphabetties so that you can mark out your pieces. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set this clue off to the side for just a minute. Slide this up here just a little bit. So now I am using my colorway as my guide so that I know what colors and correspond with numbers. So I'm going to look for my color, my A fabrics first. Looks like I've got a couple of squares and a couple of triangles for my A fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and line those one right up on top of the other.
4 triangles and 2 squares. Is that what you got?
I'm trying to see what she's doing.
That's what you did.
Yep. And then I'm going to look for my B fabric, which is in my case, is this really beautiful dark green. And I'm going to take the other B fabric for that and line that up together. Again, if you have alphabetties, you want to put the letters on here. I have a couple of them I can use at least to show you guys what I'm talking about. So that one's A.
I like that green. That's a pretty green.
Excuse me. I don't have a B, so we'll have to skip the B for now. But you can see what that looks like. And then I'm looking for my C one. I'm sorry, was there a question?
Is the hiccups?
No, I'm coughing. I have
I'm
a frog
sorry.
in my throat
Sounds like
today.
hiccups to us.
It's a frog in my throat, I'm telling you. Okay, and then I have my C fabric, which is this one here. And all I have are triangles for my C fabric.
Oh, Cheryl.
It's my fault. Did Cody keep touching that cabinet?
Then I have some really, really big triangles for my D fabric. And some smaller ones for my D fabric.
Girls, sit down.
I'm running out of room. Slide these up here. So
No, Polly. Stay down in your bed.
there you go. So you can see there. There we go. Again, the color is terrible, guys. I'm sorry about that. And then I have an E fabric. For my E fabric, I have 4 large triangles.
Excuse me. No, it's 2 large triangles.
Sorry, you're right. 2 large triangles and 4 small ones. That's for my E.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I don't have an alphabet for that. And then my F, I have 2 squares, which you guys can't even see. Put these up here.
No, I have the damn hiccups. Thanks you.
You're welcome. 2 squares and 2 large triangles. So the first thing you always want to do is you want to lay out your fabrics in the letter order that they're in. Like I said, I usually layer all the same number letters together so that I have them all together. If you have a lot of little triangles, I'm sure we'll come across a clue like that eventually, but if you have a lot of little triangles or you have a fabric that's a tone-on-tone fabric, meaning they're the same color, they're just slightly different, and it's really hard to tell which is the front and which is the back, I recommend writing those pieces now. I'm putting the right side facing up on all of your pieces. Let me show you what I mean by that with one of this lighter fabric I have here. I can actually tell the difference, but I'm just going to show you what I mean. So like this one here, this is the front of the fabric. This is the right side of the fabric. This is the wrong side of the fabric. In this case, it's pretty easy to tell the difference, but sometimes with your fabrics, it can be really difficult. So what I like to do in these cases when it's just a little challenging is I right side everything so that it's all facing the same way. So when I go to put things together, I know for a fact that everything is facing the way that it needs to. You don't have to do that all the time, but it is a really good thing to do when you have a fabric that's really hard to tell. The last clue I did, I had a white on white tone fabric. It was a tone on tone, so it was a white, and then it was like a shade darker of white. It was a really pretty fabric, but it's really hard to tell which was the right side and which was the wrong side when you're going through it so quickly. So I always rated those together so that I knew when I grabbed it, it was always the right side of the fabric. So if you need to do that with your colorway, make sure you do that now. Now is a great time to prep it.
I got it all. Guess who Nancy suggested using Post-it notes?
Post-it
If you
notes
don't-
are a fantastic way for you to use to make markers. You can use labels. You can use alphabetties. They've got the little safety pins with the letters on them. Anything that you guys can do to make your lives a little bit easier to make sure that you have all your pieces marked. Absolutely. That is an excellent suggestion. Somebody used the drink thing again. Did we say the word?
And Fern King asked, are they pre-cut?
You ladies can answer. Oh, Mom did say the word. I see it now. You ladies can answer that question. Were your pieces already pre-cut, or did you have to cut them?
They were cut.
They were already
All cut.
pre-cut. That is the wonderful world of cotton cuts, is all of the pieces are already pre-cut for you. You don't have any cutting at all. I will tell you that at the very end, when you do your final clue, sometimes you got to do a little bit of trimming of your seams so that you don't have a lot of bulk. But at no point in time should you ever have to trim any of your pieces. They should fit together perfectly as long as you're doing a nice scant 1/4 inch seam. Now, Mom is going to ask me, what is a scant 1/4 inch seam? And I'm going to tell you that a scant 1/4 inch seam is a 1/4 inch seam with at least 1 or 2 threads over to the left, so that way when you fold your pieces over, that gives you that perfect 1/4 inch seam. Now, Mom, you have a guided 1/4 inch presser foot, so you don't need to worry about it.
Okay. Somebody can see the threads?
Some people can. Some people can.
Lord Almighty.
All right, so
and
this was the first step, is we want to lay all of our pieces out to make sure that they match up with the pieces we have here. If you end up with a clue that is short on pieces, or you've received the wrong pieces, don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Just contact Cotton Cuts. There's an email address on the clues, usually somewhere. If it's not on the clue, it is definitely on the website. There's an email address. Oh yeah, right here where it says support. Right here in the corner, it tells you to go to this website under PMQ support, send them an email, and they usually will send you the correct pieces you need within days. Because I've had that happen to me one time before, and they were super nice. They answered right away. They took care of the problem, and they got me my pieces really quickly. So you always want to check to make sure, because we all make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It's a human error. It happens. It's not that big of a deal. You just let them know, and they will make sure to right that wrong right away. All right, so the thing we're going to do first is we're going to start with section A. Yes, ma'am.
Back check just a minute. Linda Denton said to use a black light when trying to decide if fabric's the right side or wrong side.
Oh, I never thought to do that. That's a great idea, Linda. Linda, I never thought to do that, but that is excellent, especially on those white tone-on tones. Oh, those can be a challenge sometimes for sure. But that is definitely a great idea. I've never tried that, but I will need to purchase a black light and see if I can do that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with section A. We're going to be following the instructions. You guys all have the same instructions. If you have a small, then you all have the same instructions. If you have a large, you will likely have most of the instructions the same. You will just end up with more pieces. So you might end up with more sections. So we have a section A and a section B, which is these two pieces here. You might end up with a section C that you need to put together, or you might end up with more of these. Usually what it is we're doing the center of the quilt as a small, and then a large is an extra piece all the way around the edge, is usually how it works. I can't guarantee you that will be the case for everyone, because I don't know what this one's going to look like, but that's usually how they work, okay? All right, so clue 1.
Quilt, what's for dinner? Kelly's Quilts is going to do dinner prep. She said goodbye.
Good night, Kelly. Thanks so much for joining us. So head on back when you're done. We hope you've made enough for both of us. Really, Mom? Really?
Yes, really.
She's going to make me drunk. I'm not going to be able to hold these pieces together. I'm telling you.
You have a big threshold. So
Look,
You could haul off and be drinking water. Nobody told you to drink alcohol, remember?
This is true. This is true. I might later. Who knows? I do have water. I do have water with me. So.
See?
All right. So we are going to be making section 1.
from office.
You'll be making 2 of the section 1. And we're going to start with step 1 of section 1. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to show you guys. I can't show you guys the machine and the clues at the same time. So I'm going to have to kind of you're going to kind of have to watch a little bit of everything here as we go along. I'm going to try and match these pieces up together here. So
A to the top right of a large triangle B.
So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to move them over here, to my ironing board so that you guys can see what I'm doing over there. Drop my patch. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that patch yet. Gosh, I'm going to have to find a place for it. I'm excited. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 2 triangle A's, small triangle A's, and, 4 small triangle A's and 2 large triangle D's.
Can we, yes, let's start with one at a time, please.
So here's my 4 triangle A's. And I only want 2 of my large triangle D's. I have 4, but I only want 2 right now. I always triple check.
Right now by what
That's
she
my
needs.
A. That's my D. Okay. That's my A. That's my D.
That white screen really worked.
It did.
The white screen completely threw me off. Yes, you're right. 100%. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our large triangle D's.
You trying to be teacher's pet or what?
What happened? Fern says,
Are
I
we
love
ready?
making flying geese. Yes, they can be a lot of fun, Fern, for sure. Brad says, for white on white, I place it on a really dark fabric or the black cutting board. Yes, that's what I do. I actually use my dark green cutting board for that, for sure. Terry says, I lay all my pieces out on a design board. I also count up all the pieces before I start. I bet you already said that, though. I did not, but I'm glad you pointed that out.
Is that the right side?
Terry says, it's so funny. I'm working on a newsboy cap like you guys are wearing. That's funny. Okay, so
What?
here.
Newsboy hat.
Oh, is that what this is?
When I searched, I came up with detective. I searched detective.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this large triangle and we're going to be sewing the long edge of our small triangles to the short edge of each of our large triangles. So if we put right sides together, we're going to sew one edge this way. And we're going to do both of them the exact same way, both of our large ones the exact same way, and then we're going to come back, we're going to press those seams, and then we're going to sew the other side on like this to this side. And then when we open them up, we're going to be making a flying geese, like everybody's been saying. It'll be a flying geese. So let's go ahead and bring our pieces over to the machine, and let's get started on sewing them. So now, unfortunately, you guys, with my Zoom camera, you guys can't actually see me sewing so well, but I'm going to try and explain to you everything that I'm doing as I do it so that hopefully you guys can kind of learn as I go.
Where you take it off of the camera, point again where you're sewing. Nope, she's not listening to me.
I
There you
am
go.
listening to you. There's just a delay.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to be taking our large triangles and we are going to be sewing the long edge of our small triangles. So here's your triangle. This is the long edge down here. These are the short edges on the sides. We're going to be sewing the long edge of our small triangle to the short edge of our large triangle. So we're going to be sewing them to the sides. Just like this. We're going to start here. And we're going to sew all the way to there.
And I'm just making one, right? I don't have a chain to go.
2.
You get
What?
you have 2.
You have 2.
We're making 2.
So
you are
I'm
going to
making a
chain
chain?
piece these. But we're only needing to chain piece 2.
What did she say?
My
You're good.
machine isn't even on.
So I just need to do one?
2.
Right now, you do this one as well.
Got it. Where's my presser foot? Tracy, you watching my presser foot down there for grandma? Oops, sorry, baby girl.
That's not grandma. You're not grandma to her.
We want to make sure we are lining up those pieces really well. If you prefer, you could use a pin if you wanted to hold your pieces together with a pin. You could take your triangle, you could take your small piece here.
Why are you looking at me weird?
And you could take a pin if you wanted.
On 2, right?
Correct.
And right here like this, you could just pin it so that you knew exactly where you needed to sew, if that helps you. The other option is you could take one of your wonder clips and you could wonder clip it. I know if you've watched Sean's channel, the guy who sews, he uses clips and he clips it.
Who wrote the book of love?
You could do either or if they help you. I'm going to go ahead and sew up my pieces real quick. We're going to do the same side for both triangles. And just like we did last time when we were working with a clue, we're going to chain piece these. So we're going to sew up one and we're going to leave it right on the machine. We're going to go all the way through to the back of the needle, back of the presser foot. We're going to leave it on the machine and we're going to grab the next one.
Do we iron?
In just a second. I don't have an Iron Man today, so I have to do things on my own.
Okay.
And then we're just going to go ahead and feed this one right underneath the machine. Just like that. One right after the other, and now I can pull it off the machine. Separate them. And now you can see my sewing line here. I've got my sewing line here. For that piece. And for this piece, they're exactly the same.
Girl, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare
We're
you.
gonna, like, as Cheryl asked, are we ironing these? And the answer to that question is yes, we are. I did not heat up my iron, so I'm gonna have to wait for a second to get my iron heated up. We are going to be pressing these according to the pressing instructions. Look right here; it's really hard to see on this camera. Let's see if I can get it closer. You can see the arrows right here. Those arrows tell you which way to press your seams. So in this case, we're going to be pressing our seams towards the A fabric. To do that, you're going to lay the fabric that you're not pressing towards down, and you're going to push the fabric that you are pressing towards up. Got it?
You know, this would be so much easier if we all had the same darn fabric.
It would be a little bit easier, but you guys got it. There you go. That's what we're going to be doing. The first couple of clues are always a little tricky and they're always a little challenging because it's something new. It's something you're not used to. There's a lot of instructions. You're a little stressed out, but I promise you these are super simple and easy instructions. You just got to relax. Relax. Take your time. And worst case scenario, make sure you've got Jack handy. My iron is almost heated up. Now, usually what I will do is you will see me kind of over here. I'm finger pressing it down. So I've moved it where I need it.
Talking about Jack, Jim, Jose.
Jose! I am finger pressing these pieces down just so that I know which direction they go in. I'm going to open it, finger press it down just a little bit just to keep it in the right direction. And then once my iron is hot, then I go ahead and I push it down.
You made me so opposite sides.
It happened that way.
So now we gotta sew the other side?
Yes, ma'am. Now the trick is you're going to want to start from the edge that does not have the seams. So let me show you real quick.
Okay. I'll wait.
So now my pieces have been ironed nice and flat. You can see them much better here. Now, once again, we're going to take the long side of our triangle fabric and we're going to sew it to the short side.
String.
I know I have a string. It's okay.
I'm
going to focus my energy on the side of the fabric that does not already have a seam. So the top of the triangle already has one seam because we've sewn that up and folded it. So I'm going to focus my energy on the other seam. And I'm going to look there to make sure that everything lines up, which it should because Cotton Cuts has cut everything perfect for us. I'm going to flip this over now. So the smaller piece is on the bottom, and I'm going to put it on my machine that way.
Huh?
She wants you to start from this end to that end. However you want to do that.
So you lay out your piece.
This end over here?
So she wants you to start there and go to that.
Well, then I gotta flip it over to this side.
That's what she said.
You know,
Do you want me to put pins in it or use the clippies?
no, I'm fine. I told you were supposed to sew, but you
No.
chickened out on that.
I'm really good at the lineup.
Helen told us to drink. Did Mom hold up a sign and I missed it?
Mom is always holding up a sign. No. Okay, where's my next one?
Here you go.
All right, let's go ahead and get these sewn up real quick.
It doesn't help. It's all Kitty wants us.
It wasn't.
That was when you handed it to me.
Again, we are chain piecing, so one right after the other. Just keep them right on the machine together. Make sure our pieces are lined up nice. Remember,
There you
don't
go.
stretch. These are all pre-cut, so you don't want to stretch. You just want to hold it. You don't want to stretch it. All right, cut it off. And then we're going to press our seams again towards that A fabric, so we're going to open it up like this.
And that, but okay.
And finger press to start. And then
Work
use our
right
hot
for the-
iron
It's
to
cool.
finish it off.
Cool. Cool.
And we have officially made our very first.
Does this remind you of anything?
We had some killer kitchen floors when we were done.
You are so silly. Please, somebody get a screenshot of that. That needs to be my next Instagram. So silly.
I'll tell you, I recall having goggles one time, maybe several times, where we duct taped a piece of tissue to the bottom of the goggles because they were flat goggles, and this is what they looked like.
We were having so much fun and we were so tired.
Mm-hmm.
We used to work night shift and then go remodel her house when we got off of work.
Yes, we did.
All right, ladies, it looks like we're going to be making another set of flying geese. So we're going to set these pieces aside for right now. And we're going to grab some other pieces.
Pressing.
We need to press.
Well, I'm by myself and I managed to do it faster than you. How is that possible?
Because you're the pro and I'm the student.
I wasn't dawdling. I was cutting and dropping threads.
Yes, tell your viewers what you did today in my sewing room.
I threw a thread on the floor. And then Mom proceeded to look at me and ask me, she goes, didn't that feel good? I said, no, it's going to bother me the whole time I'm here.
Okay, now we're moving on to E and D.
Correct. So we're going to set these pieces aside for right now, and we will come back to them a little later. So I'm just going to set them over here on my ironing station, and we're going to be grabbing a large...
We don't have any stations here. We're all at...
We're going to be grabbing our large fabric ease.
Who's discombobulated?
We need 2 of
at
those.
stations.
So that's
You have a
one.
station?
We don't have stations.
Why do you have a station?
Well, technically, your mat is a station. And then we also need 4 small triangle Ds.
Is that E?
This one here.
These are D's. These are E's.
Okay.
And we're going to be doing the exact same process again. We're going to be sewing the long edge of the small triangle to the short edge of the big triangle.
You're
Hi,
such a
Chloe.
good girl. Hi, Chloe.
Hi.
Cheryl's very high.
Oh, Lord.
I had one little glass of wine and I'm on my second Dr. Pepper.
She's going to have to take a break.
And 40 glasses of tea.
I had 2.5 ginormous glasses of tea today.
Fern is trying to redeem a fat quarters. He must have enough, There it is.
Who's redeeming a what?
Congratulations, Fern. She has gained enough thimbles to redeem another fat quarter. I'm gonna need you to email me with your address, and I will get that in the mail to you. I think you redeemed one last week too, so I'm gonna have to get you 2 of them. So congratulations on that.
She beating you? She ironing that?
I can hear you.
Shh.
Terry, you sent me an email. Okay, thank you. Joyce. Oops. Terry, is it something I need to look at right now, or is it something that can wait until after the stream? All right, so I've sewn up my first edge there, so I'm going to go ahead and push it
Where's my
out.
bobbin thread?
And then...
Get it?
Hold, please. Technical difficulties. We have lost the bobbin.
Oh, boy. Later is fine. It's funny. Okay, Terry, thank you.
I don't think it's technical difficulties. I think it's operator error.
Fuck yourself.
Watch you.
I'm sorry.
This is a
PG,
Family
Mom.
piece.
PG.
I know. I said fart.
Yeah, sure you did. Yeah. Cheese and mice.
Cheese and mice.
Chloe says very pretty
Fun.
fabric. Yes, Chloe, this is very pretty fabric. I'm really liking it. I'm really liking Mom's fabric over there too. It's very, very pretty.
It's gorgeous, and I got new living room sofa back at Thanksgiving, and it's like perfect for my sofa.
What am I doing?
Same thing.
So I gotta sew this way though.
Lucas, you are awesome.
Lucas, what did you do that made you awesome?
Lucas said I did a clip.
Other
I
than
did a clip
taking
of the
Tony
video.
out her hand.
He said I did a clip of the video of Joyce and sent it to me. So then that way I now have an Instagram reel. So thank you for that.
See what you get for Christmas in your stocking next year, Lucas. Your toy will be cold.
Your toy will be cold. He says. Are you guys ready?
Ready for what?
Have you sewn up your pieces and ironed them?
She's sewing the second one.
Uh-oh, I think my camera froze on me.
We're past that.
There we go.
We're past that.
She's sewing the second one now? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that. We're going to add, again, same thing, long side of the small one to the short side of the big one. And we're going to flip it over. So we're starting on the edge that does not have a seam. So this edge here.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Son of a biscuit cutter. Banana boat.
Uh-oh, did you have to take out the divorce lawyer?
No.
Nah, we just press it really aggressively.
Oh, I gotta try and do this god blessed thing underneath my finger, the bobber here. What the heck am I doing?
We're really
God-blessed thingamabobber, huh?
We're really not swearing Marys over here.
Steve,
What?
I need you to run over and thread my needle.
Yeah, I can't do that very well. So pull
What
your
part?
threader down.
Hold on, hold on.
Take
You
your
got
thread
glue.
and feed it from the left to the right.
You said I just gotta wrap that thing around.
No, push the thing down.
Hold on, I had to rethread the whole darn thing because I can't see.
Definitely user error, for sure.
There was a user error there. Yes, I can confirm.
Uh-oh, I got a drink. Oh, yeah, Mom said, cute Siberian wind. Mom did say needle.
She did. And she's working very hard to do I don't know.
Very
She's
good.
trying
Very
to-
good ears there, Siberian. Very good.
Maybe the drink will help.
She's broken out in a sweat, threading that pokey thing on the machine.
The pokey thing, she says.
I didn't say the word.
No, you didn't.
It does have a 2-minute timeout, so you can only do it for every 2 minutes.
So I called it the pokey thing so nobody can go backwards in time. Where is the
pull
whole
the thing down.
Oh, I'm sorry. It
Where's
was
the whole-
Fern King that said that pointed out that she had said it, not Siberian Wind. But welcome to the channel anyway, Siberian Wind.
Look at that work.
We
You got
are
the
working on
red-
clue 1 of our Cotton Cots
You got it threaded.
PMQ. We're doing
Look
the
at there.
small colorway, and we are currently on step 2. And Mom
We
has
got
already had to rethread her machine.
The PMQ what?
A PMQ, Puzzle Mystery Quilt.
It's what are we working on today?
Oh, I got the cue. We're working on clue 1. Oh, Lord.
So patiently we're waiting behind the curtain.
Too funny.
Okay, now it's hot in here.
I told you she broke out in a sweat putting thread in the pokey thing.
Well, why don't you just turn your heater off?
It is off.
That's been off for the last 40 minutes.
Gotcha.
Oh, fudge. I don't know which one is up. Really?
I'm sorry. Chinese,
Seriously.
we had Chinese food for dinner. Now the Dr. Pepper was
Yes,
making
Fern,
me.
yay, the machine is threaded. Yes, Nancy. Okay. Clue 1, step 2.
Well, it's okay. I got it.
Are we back to business here, Mom?
Excuse me, I have to go downstairs for a moment.
Oh, thank you.
See what
Back
I mean about
upstairs.
shenanigans, people?
All right, I'm so sorry.
I've been looking at this for the last 20 minutes. This is a black screen.
Well, because it's not you.
I know. Okay.
Don't you miss
So
us?
now where are we at?
Have you sewn up
I
your
got
pieces?
2 flying geese, 4 flying geese.
You have 4
Two
flying
ones.
geese. They're all sewn up? They're all ironed
Yep.
out?
Yes.
Did you iron?
Yes.
They don't look iron.
I ironed aggressively while you were clowning around over there.
All right, ladies. Step 3 of section 1A says we're going to take the first pieces that we made, which are the A's and the D's. All right, put those on the top. And then we're going to...
What?
This is what we're doing.
Put those on the top of what? A and D. I had them in the right place.
Huh?
Face up, correct?
Yes, that's just how they're laying right now, is face up, just
see
like
what
that.
she's got? You got it backwards.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You should have this nice,
Why
cute
are
little
hers
triangle here.
the same colors and ours are different?
They are not different. Same colors.
Yes, same colors.
Same colors.
Oh, you got them backwards. She's got this one on the bottom and that one on the top.
No.
Yeah.
A and D. This is A and this is D.
Okay, I believe you.
And then
just hand it
D
to me also.
And E.
Sorry.
Okay, the easiest way to put these pieces together is going to be sewing the bottom of this square to the top.
Huh?
Nope.
Did we do it in a
take
square?
that
I
back.
thought we were making a house.
No, don't. Okay, sorry. Let me start again. So we have the 2 pieces laid out here. We're going to take the top piece and we're going to flip it onto the bottom piece.
Okay, wait a minute. Why is ours
We're
different colors?
sewing those together, correct?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to start so that the seam, the piece that does not have the seam, is on the bottom.
Point.
See,
Where's
this
the
piece
bottom?
has the seam. This piece does not. You want to start with this piece on the bottom. Looks like an arrow. Yep, that is exactly right, Fern.
You want that on the bottom?
Yes. It will be easier to run it, push it through your machine if the piece that does not have the seam is on the top. Or the piece that has the seam is on the top. I'm sorry.
Oh, then I got to do it this way. The seam
She
is-
said that the one with the seam should be on the bottom.
She just corrected herself.
All right.
Seam top or bottom?
Seam is on the top.
Thank you.
Heart's sakes.
Yeah, could you fart a little bit more?
I really am not gassing, guys. We're replacing another word with that word.
And we're going to be doing 2 of these, so we're going to have to do it again. So let me just show everybody once again. We've got our 2 pieces here. This is the one we made first. This is the one we made second. We're going to take the one we made first, and we're going to flip it over. So I'm going to flip it so that now it's on top of that piece. And that's how we're going to run it through the machine.
Yeah, who did that song?
Whip it.
Whip it.
Whip it.
Whip it.
You're going to hand it to me with all that thread?
No, you're mean.
No, we have to get the fancy little nippies.
Well, it's the only nippies I got. Well, except for the ones on the ends of my titties.
Hey, now!
Hey, now what?
Is there a hey now, Sean?
Hey, now. Hey, now. So, wait a minute. This is wrong.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's
it
so
is,
nice.
because I got seams on both sides, and that's not right.
Seam. There's no seam here. Seam.
I
You
should
know when
have.
you're sewing the white.
I'm sewing here.
Yes.
Okay, see seam?
Seam.
No seam.
Right.
Sorry.
That's all right.
We had a difference of opinion.
And the directions say that we're going to be pressing this towards our first piece, which is our A and D fabric. So we're going to be basically pressing it up is the way I look at it. Yes, Fern, it does look like an arrow. That is absolutely right. So we're going to take this one here. We're going to open it up, press it up, and get a nice pretty arrow. We're going to go ahead and...
You think my
Tension?
thing is tension
Iron
is too
those
high?
out.
I don't know how to change it. Oh, here. Tension
I think
6.
we have a
5. Think
No,
better?
you want it at a 3 or between a 3 and a 4, Mom.
oh, that's why I'm pressing aggressively.
Okay. So, because I was going to say mine was at 5 or 6, something like that.
Is this
No,
going to be
you want mine's at like almost a 4.
Do we need a divorce?
Do we need a divorce? I mean, I would, but it's up to you. It's your piece. We can wait.
Well, what did you give it to me like this for?
And if you've done it correctly, this is how it should look.
Really, Dee?
Actually, Cheryl, the piece there that you were looking at before, I think is probably okay.
The first piece is nice and square. The other one has got, I don't know, 6 inches on each side. That looks a little off. Which I don't care, but I think
Yes, she does, because it's going on her sofa.
No, I'm thinking we got to match up to run more stuff to attach to that, and it might not line up right.
That is
I'm guessing
100% true. We will have to attach
by
pieces to it eventually.
clues.
Cheryl, while Mom is fixing that piece, we can go ahead and get our Post-it notes ready because we are officially done with section 1A.
I have to get Post-it notes ready?
Yep.
Can you see them?
No.
What did I do? Oh, they're over here.
Hold please, I'm trying to find them. Okay, I need Post-it notes.
Just one.
Yeah, she's going to make you tear it.
You're going to fold it in 4 and tear it.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I'm folding it in 4 and tearing it into 4 little cubes,
Yep.
but there's only sticky on 2 of them.
You don't need the sticky. You're going to be using a safety pin, remember?
Oh, we have to use a pin.
Watch it. I'm going to fart.
What is going on over there with the gassy women?
She really did.
Oh boy, she really did crack wind.
You don't crack wind. You break wind. You don't crack it.
I know, it sure sounded like a crack from over here.
It was just a low rumble.
It comes from the crack.
Okay. At least it wasn't a whistle.
Hey, you never know.
Although it was a
Cheryl,
whistle.
on one of the two squares, you're going to write
I don't
a 1A.
know how to do that.
And on the other square, you can write a 1B, and we'll use it later.
You want me to do a weave?
Chloe says, very nice. Their patterns are very well written and illustrated. Yes, 100%. Fern King says, air freshener time.
Oh, the window's
Air
open.
freshener. Yeah, the window's open.
And it's 12 degrees outside.
It's not. Are you cold? The heater's next to your feet. I'm over here sweating up bullets.
That's because you were trying to thread a pokey thing.
It's not a pokey thing.
We're going to take a safety pin.
It's a needle.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. I should not have started this game with Mom. She's going to make me lose.
Okay. You're going to sew. Hello? Hello? You're going to sew these just here.
Okay.
Now I'm doing what with the 4 little squares of paper?
For 2 of those squares, we need to mark one as a 1A and one as a 1B. We only need 2 of them for today.
What do I do with the other 2 squares?
You can set them aside, or usually what I do is I just leave them right on the pad, and then I use them the next time.
On the pad of what?
Of the Post-its.
They're in a little contraption here.
Contraption.
You've never seen a contraption like that?
I have. I find them nonsense. I throw them out at work.
Do you really? It's the only kind of
1A, we're going to paperclip. We're going to...
Oh, really?
Technical difficulties. Can you run across town? Operator error. She's de-threaded the pokey thing.
Mom, I thought Cheryl was supposed to be sewing today.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, you're hoping that right now, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Helen says drink.
I said pokey thing. I'm not going to be the... I only have one...
That didn't work.
I only have one safety pin. What am I putting?
No, we got lots of them.
What am I putting?
Here.
1A and 1B on?
1A is going to go on the 2 pieces that you've sewn together, which we
There
were
was
still
another
waiting for
thing
Mom to
to
finish the
try.
second one.
What?
What the hell am I doing here? Wrap it around the pole. How did I get it to work the first time? Oh, I see. It goes up there. That's how it goes. Right? Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay.
Yes, Helen, Joyce did say Needle.
What's Helen drinking?
Chloe says she got some snow today.
Oh, for the love of Christ.
Lucas says him and Tony got 3 to 6 inches of snow. Yes, that is exactly what you want to do, but you want to do it with both pieces. You got to wait for the other piece.
Okay. I'm glad Lucas clarified of snow in his statement.
Hi, Julie.
Him and Tony
He had
got
3 to 6
3 to
inches.
6 inches.
Of snow.
Last time around, he was having virgins. Today, he's having 36 inches of Tony.
Hey.
Hey, I didn't say what part of Tony he was
Helen,
getting.
that sounds fantastic. I bought some apple pie moonshine, and I've been trying to figure out what to mix it with. And so today when I was at Binny's, I bought some apple martini mix, and I'm going to try and mix that with the apple pie moonshine, and I'll let you know how it goes. But that sounds fantastic. Applejack over ice. That sounds good.
Oh, Applejack. Yes, absolutely delicious. I'm just adjusting.
The crack?
No, my back.
The crack.
Miss Helen, have you tried the Winter Jack on ice? It is delicious.
Mr. Wizard made me take him with me when we went to Benny's today because I'm not allowed to go there unsupervised. As it was supervised, I came home with 2 bottles of tequila, a bottle of bourbon, and a bottle of vodka.
Bottle of bourbon.
Oh, I love bourbon. So good.
Are you done here?
No.
What are you doing? Oh, you're still. She's still sewing that one piece together. I don't know what she's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's
So
one
I'll
of
just-
life's great mysteries.
Well, I really don't know. I'm sitting right next to her and I don't know what she's doing over here. She's.
We love you, Mom.
Yeah, it shows.
It's okay, we got time. It's a good thing we had that backup project because I'm pretty sure we're not going to need it today.
Good thing you made her buy extra thread.
Because this particular section only had 3 steps.
Better?
The next one has 8. We're going to be here a while.
Not necessarily. If I can keep the machine threaded, it will be good. But the good news is I'm learning how to use my threader.
Yay, you're getting better at it.
And what do you put in the threader?
Thread?
And thread goes into.
The needle.
The needle.
You know what I didn't do today? Good evening, all.
No, because we are detectives today.
Helen, is Jack cider? Is that a mixed drink or is that a pre-mixed thing? She says she wants to know if we've warmed up Jack cider. It tastes like hot cider. Oh my God, it is great.
Ooh.
I don't drink cider. I'm not a cider
I
person.
haven't done the Jack cider. Winter Jack.
Cider to me tastes like spoiled apples.
Julie, that sounds so much fun. Hexies, they freak me out. I'm so intimidated by them, but I'm so glad that you've started it. I cannot wait to see pictures. So make sure you post pictures on our Facebook group because I can't wait to see them.
I have a half a hexagon.
What was that?
Mom's throwing gang symbols on the channel. Are we done yet?
I even pinned to 1B.
Yes. 1A,
Is that
you mean?
correct?
1A?
Oh, I don't pin it to 1B?
No, 1A. 1A is both pieces.
Well, 1A is both pieces for the love of monkeys.
1B we will use later.
Okay. Moving along.
All right. Finally, on to section 1B.
Really? Finally?
1A can now go in your project bin or however you are organizing them. I like to keep mine in a Ziploc.
Okay, it's just out of the way right now.
I like to keep mine in a Ziploc bag, so I'm going to go ahead and put it right in there.
Wait a minute. You told me to put it in a purple bin.
I put
You
mine
didn't say nothing about a Ziploc bag.
I put mine into the Ziploc bag, and then I put the Ziploc bag into the purple bin. Because I have multiple projects in my purple bins, so.
Okay, we'll get a Ziploc later.
Okay.
When there's an intermission.
Lucas, I got a bottle of ball eye. What the hell is ball eye?
Cake.
Bailey's.
Oh,
Well,
Got
maybe
it.
you should put your glasses on.
Well, that would help.
They're on top of the clue helmet.
Lucas, you're going to bring those over here, right? He says, I got a bottle of Bailey's Irish Mint shake liqueur that I am planning on making adult shamrock shakes or adult ice cream with. Yes, sir. Please come this way. Oh, come here.
Is Tony drinking?
I don't know and I don't care.
I do. I want to know. Is she drinking?
We are officially on section 1B. For those of you who are following along, I am terribly sorry it is taking us this long, but we're getting there.
I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'm having troubles.
So for section 1B, step 1 says we need to grab 4 small triangle B's and 2 square F's. So let's go ahead and grab those pieces. F's are these here. There's my F's.
Side of the house.
These are my B's. Yeah, these are my B's. And I have 4 of these.
Is that right?
It looks like it.
Okay, so I have my pieces already. We are going to be taking the square F fabric, and we are going to be sewing a B fabric to 2 of the sides of the F fabric, to the top and the right side. So we're going to take a short edge.
Let's see what she does.
Of our triangle, and we're going to attach it to the top and a short edge to the side of our F fabric.
Why does my head feel like it's squirting off my head?
Your phone just bleeping, beep, bleep, 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 bleep.
It's probably your daughter in Snapchat.
Oh.
I don't know what to do with Snapchat.
Okay, I don't know either. So does it matter which short side?
Well, yes, because if you do this short side, then it looks like that.
Huh?
You want to make sure that these 2 long edges of the triangles line up. So it ends up making a really big triangle. So let's take this. Well, let's break this down one at a time.
Those are both really big triangles.
Okay,
so I think we're good.
I did it right.
So you got a square here, and we're going to take one of the small triangles and we're going to attach it to the top so that we have a nice straight line here.
We're attaching it to
The top. And we're going to do that for both pieces.
So you're gonna fold
Take the
right
triangle
sides,
and fold it over onto the square. And we're going to sew along this edge here. Now again, if you prefer to use a pin so that you can mark where you're going to be sewing, that is completely up to you. So I'm going to mark this with a pin so that I know I need to sew that edge.
Oh.
And I'm going to do both pieces.
Right.
I lost that a long time ago.
Take this one here like that.
Which one? Here?
Oh my God. See, I'm losing, it's gonna look like that.
There you go. And
This?
we're going to sew those up together.
Oh, no, that's confusing. What?
So I'm sewing here. I'm sewing here
Correct.
on this side.
Yes.
Cheryl, maybe it'll help if you use a pin to mark where she needs to sew.
Well, you think if I just handed it to her.
Well, that way she has the visual of where the pin is at is where her seam needs to be.
All right.
So for some people that helps. So now I have the pieces sewn. You can see my sewing line there.
She's got pieces sewn already.
I got one sewn.
And we're going to be pressing them towards our B fabric. So we're going to be pressing them away from the square. So with the square on the bottom, we're going to be pushing the triangles out and pressing them that way. Oh, my iron turned off, so I'm going to turn that back on real quick. Don't worry, I'll wait for you ladies.
I'm a sewing air.
What the heck? I don't think I like this thread.
I am not a big fan of Aurifil thread.
There's a glitch in the matrix with this thread.
It is a thinner thread than like a Gutermann thread, and I'm not a big fan of it. For those of you who Mom purchased the thread kit for her quilt kit, and so it came with 4 rolls of Aurifil thread. So she's using Aurifil. I am using Gutermann. I prefer Gutermann.
Sure, now you tell me. Needles. Needles, needles, needles.
Oh boy,
Lots of
needles. Needles.
I think I'm going to take Gracie for a groom.
All right, so now we have sewn up our piece.
Weird connection.
What?
They look like this. Now we're going to be sewing our other triangles to the edges. So we're going to take this piece here. We're going to take our triangle with our short edge. It looks like an L. So 90-degree L.
Why do you say it's wrong?
Down,
That's where you have it.
and then over like that. We're going to attach it to the side of
What
the
could be
square
wrong?
like that.
You have 4 sides.
Yeah, but it should look
Yes,
like
Julie,
this.
you are absolutely correct. That is $56 worth of Aurifil thread
So I
over
can-
there. Correct.
So I can put it here. And it will still be a triangle. See? It'll still be a triangle.
But it's supposed to look like that. What is that's a rocket ship. It's gonna.
It's a rocket ship, she says.
I don't know.
So we've got this one here.
No, no, no.
What about this one here?
We've
Look
got
at here.
one backwards.
No, it's not backwards.
It's gonna look like this when it's done.
Okay, so here's square. And there's that one there. Put this one in another place. Where that one is. Now that's wrong.
I'm just letting them figure it out.
Okay, yeah, that would be right.
Okay. So this.
Okay, I sewed this. Sewed
Now
this.
again,
sewed this,
just like
sewed this.
before, it's going to be easier if you start from sewing on the edge that doesn't have the seam. So you're going to want to flip this over and feed it through your machine kind of basically upside down. So the triangle is on the bottom and the square is now on the top. So then that way this corner right here doesn't have any seam on it and it's not going to collect under your presser foot and cause you any type of jamming. So that's why you want to try and start there as much when you can.
So I want to do it like this.
We kind of did it backwards.
I can't do it like that. I gotta do it like this.
Whatever you're more comfortable with, Mom. I'm just giving recommendations. You don't have to do it my way as long as the piece
Right.
comes out the same. It's just like fancy math.
That's
As long
not
as
right.
the answer comes out the same, it doesn't matter how you get there. I'm just giving you a recommendation as to how I do it. You do
What
it
are
the
you
best
doing?
way that works for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I told you these pieces are
Start there where my finger is.
Oh, here. Okay. I got it. Start here where her finger is. You want to put your finger under the machine?
No.
You sure?
No, let's not do that, please.
We did things a little fast.
That's all right.
We did things so we did one before the other. Oh, that was my Mimi.
And then same thing as before, we're going to put the square on the bottom and we're going to push the triangle out. So we end up with basically a bigger triangle. Judy says, I'm watching from the bar having a drink with you all. Judy,
Start at the flutterby.
cheers,
and
lady.
so
Thanks for
the
joining us in
flutterby?
the bar. We appreciate it.
Start from here?
Start from the flutterby and sew to the point.
I can't.
Julie
I
says
cannot do
people
it
shouldn't drink and sew.
Who said that?
Julie does.
But it's fun.
Yes.
Start
Julie
from
says
the
she
flutter-
hand sews with Coates and Clark and machine pieces with Aurifil.
Coates and Clark. That has been around for like ever. Because I remember finding threads in my grandmother's sewing kit on wooden spools that said Coates and Clark.
Yeah, I still have some of those spools, by the way.
Did I give you a bag of those?
Yes, you gave me a few bags.
Yes.
I was thinking that was from Grandma.
No, I have a few bags of. I have a bunch of different thread. Yeah.
And I have a whole cabinet full of them too. So
Hi, Betty. Welcome to the channel.
Who?
Betty says, "I drink and see. I mean, so all the time."
Did I do okay on that one?
we'll press it aggressively.
Thank you. You know what? I think this is too curly.
Did you change the tension?
I did. It's at 3. Still seems a little tight, doesn't it?
It seems very tight.
So turn it down a little bit further.
It's at 3.
Usually there's a line on it that kind of shows you what the average tension is. Each machine can be a little different. Judy says, Valentine's dinner was delicious. Well, Judy, I am glad to hear that.
I'll turn it down to 2. There's no line on mine, Dee.
Okay.
Dee-da, dee-da,
Yes, ma'am.
dee-da.
Yes, ma'am.
Dee-da, dee-da, dee-da.
Yes, ma'am.
Does any of your followers know what dee-da is?
No, I don't. I do not believe they do. Julie, thank you so much for that. That's so kind of you. Definitely not required, but always appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What did you do? What did she do?
She gave me a $10 tip. That was very nice of her.
Well, that was sweet.
It's very kind. Thank you.
She wants here.
Why are we whispering? They think I
Because
can't
now
hear.
I lost YouTube on my phone. Oh, there's the chat.
That's right.
What?
I'm doing this.
You got to do F upside down and D. Why is D so big?
Well,
Is it
I
thin?
had 2 babies, and then, I went through this weird spout, and
Are you on to the next clue?
thank you very much, Julie. I really appreciate that. No, not yet. I'm still on the same one. I'm just showing everybody what the piece looks like.
I am not a hat person. It keeps squirting up off my head.
Oh, I can't. I'm not a hat person either. So this is technically what the piece is supposed to look like. Looks like a right
We
angle,
got 2 of those.
right angle triangle. We're going to set those pieces aside for right now. We're going to move on to our next set of instructions. So I'm going to set those off on my ironing station for now. We'll come back to them later.
Set it there.
And now, friends, you're going to want to grab your large triangle F and your large triangle D. You're going to want to grab 2 of each of those. F is this one here. And D is this one here.
Is it white? It's all white?
This piece is, yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we're basically just going to sew short sides of these together.
Okay, I need to see it because they don't look right
Short
for me.
sides.
These center points line up. Is that correct?
So this is your triangle. This is This is your long side. This is your short side. So I'm going to turn it like this. And then I'm going to take this one here. And again, long side and short sides. And I'm going to take this short side here like this. And we're basically just making another really big triangle.
Okay.
So now your 2 long sides are on the edges here. My camera keeps crapping
Did I
out.
do that right?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
My camera is not happy with me right now. There we go. It keeps spazzing out. I don't know why.
Thank you.
There we go. And we're going to make 2 of those. So we're going to put these together. And again, if this is easier for you, take a pin. When you get your pieces folded, I want you to take a pin and I want you to put a pin where your seam is intended to be so that when you get it to your machine, you know exactly where it needs to go. And you have to make 2 of these. So again, I'm going to take the long edge like this. Long edge of this one like this. The two short sides are together. My camera is crapping out on me. The two short sides together and the two long sides are on the edge here. I think I'm going to have to turn the small camera off here for a second. I think it's getting too hot.
Open the window.
We're going to take another pin. We're going to put it on the edge where we intend our seam to be so that by the time we get over to our machine, because if you're like me and you forget things easily, you'll know that this goes back over to the machine.
Are these flying geese?
No, these are not flying geese. Mom is obsessed with flying geese.
Well, it's weird. You know, you give us a weird word, we're just going to run with it.
I know. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, do not pull on your fabric when it's under the needle. Let the feed dogs do their job, grabbing the fabric on their own. And all you're doing is guiding. You're not pushing it under or pulling it. Just let it guide. Because right now we're working on the edges, and so the fabric can pull and it can stretch, and we don't want to do that. Cheryl, I saw your hand up. Mom says needle. All right, here we go.
No, Dani said needle.
I think I said needle. So here you go.
I don't see you drinking.
There you go, Judy. Maybe it's just a waddling duck and not a flying geese.
Isn't that sweet?
I like that.
Me too. Oh, Gracie's got a big mouth there. She's the bath and needs to be blown and brushed.
All right.
It's just been so cold.
Mm-hmm. I hope these plain pieces look okay once we.
And now the directions tell us that we're going to be pressing this towards our D fabric. So that means our F fabric goes on the bottom, which is this green one. And we're going to push the D fabric up. We're going to finger press mine just to kind of give it a little bit of a crease there before I get it under the iron.
These two are all so good. They're just laying there. You know, I have two of my girls in my room with me here, Dave.
And the other ones don't care that they're not out there with the others.
Nope.
Two of them are just
literally out cold.
And they both looked at us like, when's this going to start so we could come in and do this?
Julie, I love that. That is hysterical. Julie wants to know, she has a legitimate question here, and it's a very serious one, in fact. She wants to know, when it gets later, are we going to change the name of the live stream to the After Last Call edition?
Wow, that sounds wonderful.
That's funny. I really like that, Julie. That was clever.
And that's what we are here as we're doing our clues. We're clever.
We are very clever. Yeah, that is for sure. Okay, pressing this one again.
Now Sweaty Betty is cold.
Oh, and she's losing her sheet, by the way.
She's losing her sheet?
My chair.
She's losing her sheet.
Sheety.
Oh, God.
So we need these back.
Huh? Helen wants to know how Joyce and Cheryl's pattern is going. Cheryl, any chance you can hold up some of your pieces to let them see what your colors look like? There you go. Thank you. Looking good so far.
These are the ones we just did?
Very light colored fabrics.
It's light blues, grays, green. There's little bits of greens and gold flecks.
Very pretty fabrics. They remind me of, for those of you who are familiar, they remind me of a Moda grunge with a little bit of the mixture of this pebble water bubble fabric here. There's a little bit of that too in there. Okay, step 3. Yay, step 3.
Okay.
Those are fantastic, Mom. I love those. Step 3 says, sew a step 2 to a step 1 and make 2 of these. So we're going to take our step 1 fabric, which was these really cool triangles that we made. And these really cool triangles that we made. And we're just going to sew them just like this.
Long sides, correct?
Long sides, and it's going to make a big square.
Long side.
Now, in theory, the seam of your 2 triangle pieces should match up with the seam of your square where it meets up with the other 2 pieces. So this piece right here, this intersection right here, should match up with the intersection of the other 2 pieces, in theory. And as long as you sew on your 1/4 inch, and because Cotton Cuts cut everything for us, all the pieces should match up almost perfect. And they do.
Only if you sew them right.
That is the trick. Again, you want to try to keep your seams up towards the top of the fabric if you can. In some cases, you just can't avoid it. So just be careful when you're going through those seams. Sometimes machines are not always forgiving, and just go slow and gently.
So I have a legit sewing question.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a sewing channel after all. The drinking is just an afterthought.
So, do you think with this company, they actually have uber experienced quilters coming up with the sew here, iron here, cut here, or is this like a computerized?
Oh no, they have legit quilters that design the pattern. They design the complete pattern first, and then they take that pattern and they break it up into smaller sections, and that's how they come up with our clues. If you actually go onto the Cotton Cuts YouTube page, there is an interview that they have done with one of their pattern designers where they talk about the process of how they come up with a PMQ. It was an excellent episode. So if you have the opportunity, maybe tomorrow, check it out. But it was a really good one.
Don't go now.
No, stay with us. But Cheryl, that's a great question for somebody who's never done this before and is not really familiar with the company or the process. That's an excellent question. And the answer is yes, there is a legitimate person that comes up with the design, and then they break it down from there.
I mean, that's awesome because my brain.
Chloe, I'm not sure why it says you weren't a subscriber before. Not really sure how that happened, but welcome back to the channel. Thank you for subscribing again. That was weird.
Lucas, give her thimbles.
Well, she should have them. I'm not sure what happened there. There we go.
The way my brain works, I can't imagine thinking this through on such tiny pieces of fabric to know which way to iron everything.
Yeah. Well, because in reality, what happens is as we're ironing these pieces, as we get more and more pieces, and when we get to the point where we get to clue 10, where we put everything together, the reason that we're ironing things a certain way is because eventually those seams are going to nest up really nicely. We'll get to that soon. We haven't gotten to a point where we've had to nest seams yet, but when we get to that point, I'll explain it a little bit better. But at some point in time, our seams are going to need to nest, and that's why we're ironing things one way or the other. Oh, Nancy says YouTube unsubscribes us. Oh, that's terrible.
Why did they unsubscribe you?
I don't know. I think I've noticed that myself. Sometimes that happens. Well, I'm glad that she's resubscribed. So for all of you who think you're subscribed to the channel, but you're not sure, you might want to just triple check and make sure. I've got a little bit of a bunch.
You know what my problem was when they tried to sign it on her birthday show.
Maybe.
I subscribed prior to, and then when I tried to sign into your birthday show, I couldn't get in and I wasn't subscribed and I gave up. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I tried.
It happens sometimes. YouTube is silly like that sometimes. So I'm just going to pull apart this little piece here in the middle here. My seam just kind of bunched up on me when it was underneath the needle. So I'm just going to pull it apart because I don't like the way it's laying. So.
Drinking.
Dani said a word.
I did. I said the magic word.
Drinking.
Grab my drink real quick.
So,
What are we doing now?
we
Are we done?
finished.
Hold on, I'm just fixing this piece real quick.
Oh, we'll wait for you then. Since you waited for us. Oh, my hair looks terrible.
We'll leave the head on.
We'll just leave the hat on.
She says her hair looks terrible, so she's gonna leave the hat on. Okay, I gotta press up my pieces real quick. We're gonna press these towards that F and D fabric, which is those two triangles.
That's
We're gonna press that up real quick.
What the hell is this?
I don't know. I think we're only here.
Oh, so we got more.
We are on step 3.
3.
Yes, we're finishing 3.
Oh.
So a small E.
So now I want to show you guys something. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it because of the colors of my fabric, but I want to show you something. When I sewed up my pieces together, and yeah, you guys are not going to be able to see this very well, but you can see that what is happening with my camera? Hold on. I'm going to turn the camera off.
Dee, why did Sean name his seam ripper Jack?
Jack the Ripper.
Oh, okay. That's it. That makes sense. Julie from Wisconsin thought that is funny that he did that.
It is funny that he did that, yeah. I call it the divorce lawyer. Or Jack. Trying to get my Zoom camera to turn back on. My Zoom camera has crapped out on me, folks. Oh, there it is. There it goes. Okay. All right, so now it's going to be really hard for you guys to see because the color of the fabric, but I want to show this to you. Here is a corner right here where my purple thing is here's the corner of my triangle, okay? Now, and here's the corner, and again, here, let me see if I can get Here is the corner of the two triangles, and here is the corner of the square. You can see that they don't quite match up. In theory, they should be right on top of each other. Now, you have two options when you see this happen. One, you can take it apart and try and sew it back together if you want to. Or two, you can just leave it alone. Because this little slight difference here is not going to make a big difference when it comes to the pattern. You're never going to notice it. So my saying is always done is better than perfect. So I'm going to just leave it alone. Now, if these pieces were way off like this, well then, yeah, maybe I might take it apart. But this close together, the only person that's ever going to notice that is you. But if it does bother you, take it apart and sew it back together. For me, I'm okay with it.
Okay. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
All right, I have one more piece to iron up really quickly.
Do we need to put a post-it on these?
Not yet. We're not done yet.
Oh, Jesus. Whew. I wonder if this should be on here like this.
And just for the record, so that everybody can see it, I'm going to grab my two pieces real quick. This one here is the seam for my two triangles, and here is the seam for my square. And you can see now that these two pieces actually match up almost identical. And that other piece didn't match up quite the same, but again, I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Done is better than perfect.
Does she come here and grade?
Are we being graded?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
Okay, good, because we get an F.
We're going to set those pieces aside for right now, and we are moving on, friends, to step number 4.
These are the ones I look for at Christmas
Julie,
time.
that is absolutely my thought process as well. Julie says, if the worst thing that happens to me today is that some of my seams don't quite line up, it's still a good day. Absolutely, 100%. All right, step 4, friends, says we are going to be needing 4 small triangle C's and 4 small triangle E's. So let's get those together.
Put these aside.
Here's my C's. And here are my E's. And we are going to be sewing those up long sides together. So just exactly the way they're showing up on the camera right now. Long sides together to make another square. We're going to be making 4 of these, so I'm just going to chain piece them up together. I want to make sure that I'm sewing them all the same. So if I have my C fabric down, then I want my C fabric down for all of them.
Nope, you turned it upside down. There you go. I hand it to her right side up, she turns it over. The white fabric on top.
Not white.
The whiter fabric on top. So this past week, nine of us coordinated our quote unquote summer vacation, which, what was that, 9-10 years ago? We promised the kids we would take them back to.
Yes. And where did we tell them we were taking them, Cheryl?
Nope. You take it and you turn it right out of my hand. The lighter fabric on top, long side.
Okay, they look the same to me, god damn it.
Gosh darn it. Dingleberries.
Dingleberries.
That fabric goes on the bottom. There you go. So, was it 9 or 10 years ago?
They were that awkward 10.
Okay, so 11
where they didn't want
ago.
to touch each other.
So 11 years ago, we took them to Graceland and Nashville.
Yep.
And we visited those dead people.
All the dead people's houses. And when we got to Nashville, there's not a lot to do with 10, 11-year-old children.
No, there really isn't.
We promised them that we would take them back when they were all 21.
We did?
We did.
Okay. We did.
So it was a lot of coordinating to coordinate 9 people.
It was a lot.
School, those that are starting new jobs, current jobs, but we did it.
We did it. We got the weekend picked out. So, friends, if you are familiar with the Nashville area and you are aware of any quilt stores that we must go visit while we are in that area, please send me an email or send me a link to the store in our Facebook group, because we may or may not be traveling to one or more of those stores during our adventures.
And I didn't know quilting was part of our national trip.
Quilting is part of every trip, Cheryl. It would have been part of our Arkansas trip, except the store was closed.
Yeah, well, I don't know where. Let's see. C is this fabric. Okay, so C
we are
is
going
up
to be
here.
pressing these fabrics towards our E fabric. So that means you want the C fabric down and you want to roll over the E fabric out. You guys saw me doing that here just a few minutes ago.
What? This is C. So C down.
C down, and then roll E out.
Okay.
All right.
Did you find Peoria quilting stores?
Yeah, I've known about it for a while. I just haven't been out there.
Okay.
Julie, Nashville does have some family-friendly things, but our kids what were they, 10 or 11? I mean, they weren't very old.
10 or 11.
Yeah, they weren't very old. So, I mean, we were able to do a few things. And again, this was 10 years ago. So things might be a little bit different now. But so there was a few things that we were able to do. Well, I mean, we did spend 3 or 4 days out there. So we were able to find things. But a lot of, the downtown area is really more bars, and it's really more about the nightlife kind of experience, the bars and the nightlife, and you can't really bring any kids in there.
No, the music, the bars, yeah.
If I remember correctly, we went to the mall.
We did the mall. We did
The wax museum.
no, that
Naomi
was
wants
cool.
to know if Anna Marie Horner's shop is along the road trip. You know, Naomi, I am not sure. We will have to check on that. Lucas, if you're still around, if you could write that name down for me, that'd be great.
Did you lose your phone altogether?
Lucas says, Danny, Tony says you should make an ASMR sewing video because all she can hear is your sewing machine.
Really?
Well, I do have the mic like right here. So when I'm running the sewing machine, it is pretty loud. Julie wants to know, are you
We can't
in
hear it at
Chicago?
all.
Huh?
We can't hear it at all.
Well, that's good. Julie wants to know, are you in Chicago, Danny? Julie, I am not in Chicago. No, I'm in a southwest suburb of Chicago. I'm about
40 miles.
30 miles southwest of Chicago.
Okay.
Will we be going through Paducah, Kentucky? Gosh, Nancy, I hope so. Because that is one of my goals, is to get out to Paducah.
We've gone through Paducah a couple times.
We've gone through Paducah. The last time we were through Paducah, again, the store was closed. It was during COVID. I was so upset.
Superman, remember when we stopped at Superman?
Julie said, because you
Yeah.
mentioned going to Peoria. Julie, one of my daughters is going to school in Peoria. She goes to Bradley University. So we will be actually traveling to Peoria for their birthday. The girls turn, I have twin daughters. They turn 21 at the end of March. And so and both of them will go to school down in Southern Illinois. Different schools, but down in Southern Illinois. So we have planned a very short weekend trip down to Peoria to help them celebrate their 21st birthday. So we will be down in Peoria at the end of March. So there's a couple of weekends in March. I think there's one weekend in March and 2 weekends in June that we won't have any live streams. Naomi says she thinks it's called Craft South. Naomi, thank you for that. Lucas is looking into it for me. He's going to make sure he writes that down and he'll send me an email for it. Yeah. Hancock's is a big fabric store. I know. I would love to go there one day.
I heard
What, Mom?
I heard Joanne Fabrics may be going out of business this year.
Really? I did not hear that. Wow. Julie says Mazel Tov on their 21st birthday, and may their mother live to dance at their grandchildren's weddings. Amen, Julie. I am hoping so. Lucas, you're going to get on that, right? No, I'm just kidding. I am so kidding.
Wait a minute. Can I get dancing at my grandchildren's weddings first?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are we ready to move on, ladies? Have we finished pressing those pieces?
Yes, ma'am. We're on to 5.
All right, we are on to step 5. So we're going to be taking these pieces that we just made. We're going to make sure that we orient them correctly so that the E fabric is in the bottom left and the C fabric is in the top right. And then we're going to be adding a square B fabric to it. Like this, to the top. Just like that.
So we will still have 2 left over, correct?
We're going to be making only 2 of these, so you are correct. We are only making 2.
I can read.
Yay!
I'm glad one of us can. Is she down there?
Yeah, she's on her pillow now, so she must have gotten chilled.
So let's go ahead and put these together again. Seam side up. So we've got one flat and one seam. We're going to sew them with the square down. We're going to do a square down.
You're going to sew along that edge where the clip is.
Flip that this way. Nancy, when we go through Paducah, Nancy says if we go through Paducah, she wants to meet us there. And you know what, Nancy? I've been thinking about that myself. I would love to do a really quick meet and greet. We're traveling there in June, so I've got to do a little bit of thinking through and planning. But I would love to do a little bit of a meet and greet at one of these quilt stores. If anyone is in the area and they want to come by and say hello to us, I would be absolutely honored.
So, and keeping in mind, we'll have 3 car loads of
Yeah.
peeps.
We will have 3 carloads worth of peeps, so we do have to keep that in mind as well. All right, and we are going to be pressing these pieces towards that C and E fabric, which is against what we would normally do. So we're going to put the square down, and we're going to put those triangles up, just like that. Square down.
Square down reminds
triangles
me of square.
Doesn't it though? Reminds me of square dancing, yeah, for sure. And we're gonna go ahead and press those.
See, now these are, I like the fabrics here.
Square down triangles up. It's just all about all of the fabrics.
I know.
We are so close, guys, so close.
To what? We've already been 2 hours.
So again, with this trip coordinating, we have, as our children are all adults, and they all have
Jobs.
jobs, schools, but they also have date partners. They're
I call them plus ones.
plus ones.
Mm-hmm.
They are all. So this is why it was so ding dang hard to coordinate everything.
And a couple, one of them is graduating from college and starting a full-time job. 2 of them are working for the summer. One of them's got a full-time job and going to school full-time. So there was a lot going on to try and coordinate it all at once.
We narrowed it down to one date.
One weekend.
It was
One
literally
weekend.
one weekend the entire summer. And unfortunately, some people did have to sacrifice some plans that they had made, and we truly appreciate that. So that they could join us. So
Absolutely.
My 2 were absolutely ecstatic. They're so excited to go. So,
all right. So next for step 6, we're going to be taking the big pieces that we made in step 3, which are these here. We want to make sure we orient them correctly so that the 2 triangle pieces are in the upper right corner, and then the square with the 2 smaller triangles is in the bottom left corner. So just like this.
Huh? I got it.
Okay? And we're going to be taking the pieces that we just made. Square on top, triangle pieces on the bottom. We're going to be attaching them together. Side to side. And again, my camera locked up on me again.
One on each side?
No.
Hold on, I'm waiting for the camera. Camera locked up on me again.
No. What the hell? This is what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm going to flip cameras again.
You got your pants?
No.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to take these 2 big pieces and then a small piece, and we're going to attach it so the square is on the top, triangles on the bottom.
Yes.
Now these are actually going to seam, the seams are going to nest on these. It's going to be really hard for me to show you on the camera, but I'm going to try my darndest. So I've got my 2 pieces here. You can see my seam here. And you can see my seams here. And you can see how they're laying in opposite directions. Come on, camera, focus.
Are ours laying in opposite directions?
Yep.
They're laying in opposite directions. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with them kind of separate, with a little gap in between. And we're going to slide them together with our fingers until they literally nest up together. So like your knuckles, when your knuckles come together, this is what you want it to do. You want them to kind of just nest right up next to each other. That's what they call nesting a seam. So we start out with them separated, and we slide them together until they're literally nested. And you can feel it with your fingers. You're going to be able to feel that there's no gap there between them. And now again, because Cotton Cuts has cut everything so perfectly, in theory, our edges will match up as well. We're going to start sewing with the seam side up on our machine.
I got it right. Lay it down so I can see. Yeah, I got it right. seam side up.
Now, when you start out, there's going to be a seam right at that corner. And sometimes your machine, I know my machine doesn't, it likes to like grab onto that seam and just kind of tear it up. So be very careful, go very slow and very gentle. If you need to, you've seen me pull it out once already, pull out your purple thing and encourage it to go under the needle very smoothly.
I saw it here earlier.
There we go. Sometimes you just gotta encourage it. And again, make sure those seams are matching up really nicely. You'll be able to feel it with your finger. Just go slow and hold them together. Sometimes you gotta give it just a very gentle tug from the back to get it to go. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. And then you can finish it off. We're going to be making 2 of these. Right here, like this.
What were you doing?
Praying.
She was praying. Everybody, as a quilter, we have all done that. We've all said a secret prayer before we sew it up together, thinking, "Please let this be right."
She did a marvelous job.
We've all done that.
Does it match?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There we go.
Is that little fur baby the one that's knocking over there?
Yeah, that's my Molly. She's snoring.
The tiniest dog in the world, and she's got a good old snore going.
Oh, Addison can saw logs like no business. We have a Wheaton Terrier, and she can saw logs like you would not believe. All right, we are pressing this towards the larger fabric. So we're going to take this smaller piece here. We're going to flip the whole thing over. And we're going to roll it out like this. Look at how nice that seam is nested. Look at that. That's beautiful. And that's how you know if you've nested your seam correctly, because those 2 seams match up perfectly. Nailed it! But again, just like before, if it's off just a little bit, that's okay. The only person that's going to notice is you. Helen made a comment earlier. She said that she read it on she had watched it on another channel, that, you know what, life is not perfect, and so your quilts don't need to be either. And I love that. I think that is fantastic.
You getting tired?
No, I'm praying again.
Praying again.
I'm not worried about it, so you stop worrying about it. Unless we get graded.
Nope, you're not being graded.
Okay, now I'm not so disappointed in the plain fabric.
I honest to God thought it was like her husband, the other end of the house, making noise.
Can you hear her, Dee?
No, I cannot hear her.
Good.
And the big fluffy one is at my feet, and she is just
Quiet as a mouse.
quiet. You don't even hear her.
Hi,
She has
Teresa. Welcome. Gosh, I didn't even see you pop in there. Oh, Teresa, you are so sweet. She says, Dani, you are a good teacher. Oh, Teresa, I got to tell you, at one point in time, I wanted to be a school teacher. That's why it just warms my heart that one of my daughters is going to school to be a school teacher. Because at one point in time, I did want to be one. So I really appreciate you saying things like that. Thank you.
Like a hand.
Chloe says, we're all going, please let the seams match. I'm with you, Chloe. I'm with you 100%.
So hot. Huh?
Why is she laughing so hard? Oh, somebody said drink. We lost your video, Dee.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, wait, now I hear you. But you were laughing hysterically. We couldn't hear you.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
YouTube is just weird. Weird things happen all the time. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah, Mom.
All right, we are going to take those
She's
last
doing
two
the 7
triangle
Up
pieces that we had
commercial.
before.
What are we doing?
We're taking those last two triangle pieces that we had before. And we're going to orient them so that our fabric E is on the bottom left. And our fabric C is in the top right.
Wait. You have us confused.
Hold, please.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to take all those that we just did, set those aside. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you missed that step.
Sorry. My apologies.
So now I need an A.
And E.
No, let's take the triangles first.
That's this E and C.
Yep.
E.
Yes, Teresa, it is a tequila sunrise. You know me too well. It's my third one, actually. I made
Seriously?
them light. I didn't make them very heavy with tequila. It was like not even a full shot of tequila in them. Yes, so bottom left is the E fabric, top right is the C fabric. And then we're going to take a square A and a square B. We need two of each, so that's basically the rest of our fabric pieces.
Yes, ma'am.
The A square goes on the left, and the B square goes on the right. Got it?
Excuse me.
I'm the
We're pretty
one,
gassy tonight.
I'm the one drinking the bubbles.
I know, but
We're going to be making two of these. So just like before, you want to make sure that you're sewing them the same way. So if you're going to start with the A, then you want to start with the A on both. And then you're going to start with the B. And so that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this A fabric. I'm going to fold it over into the center. I'll sew those up first. And then I'm going to put the B's on it. And because there's a seam at the top here, I'm going to actually flip them over and sew them quote unquote backwards so that there's no seam underneath my needle when I first start. Hang on, I just screwed myself up here. Hang on. I was talking and I wasn't really paying attention here. So E and C. E and C, like that. Like that. Sometimes you gotta do it twice just to make sure you get it right the first time. Like that.
this is covered.
B and C. A. Like that. Right. Oh, somebody said needle. Darn it. I bet it was me. Drink, drink, drink. Thank you, Teresa.
I'm all out.
Not really. You just have to step downstairs and get to
All right, now this says we're going to press this one towards the A fabric. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick.
Does she have needles up there? Or needles?
needles.
Dang it. Drink again.
Why?
Because you said needles.
We both did.
It doesn't count twice.
Why not? There's two
It's got a
different people.
2-minute 2-minute cool off period, so technically you can only do it every 2 minutes.
Each person?
No, the command on the chat. All right.
Who said? Well,
She did.
Everybody's saying drink. All right, you got your pieces ready? So I've sewn up the A, and now I need to sew up my B. This way.
We're getting the hang of this one.
Awesome. See, I told you, a couple of clues in and you really start to get the hang of it.
No, there was a couple clues in and then I lost it.
Takes a couple of tries, takes a little bit. I mean, you know, it's all right. And then this one,
That whole dyslexic brain.
we're going to press this one towards the E and C triangle fabric. So I got the square down, I got the B square down.
My tension got off, so then, you know.
Like that.
We're pressing what? To
Flip it
where?
over,
Huh?
so the square is down. And then fold the whole thing over.
The square is down.
There you go. Just like that.
At the wrong side of your fabric? Yeah, it was. He's doing it pretty good.
The Cot Cuts directions show you exactly which way to press your seams. So you just make sure that you're pushing your fabric in that direction.
Now we're gonna line up seams again.
You okay?
All right, are we done?
I believe so, yes.
Ladies, we are on final step number 8. Yay! How many steps are there in this clue? Lucas wants to know. Lucas, there are 2 sections. Section A had 3 steps and section B has 8. We're on the last one, I promise you. Section 8 says we're going to take the piece that we made before with the big triangle piece here. We're going to make sure that that is oriented to our right-hand side.
What?
This.
This?
And this was on the bottom.
No.
Yeah. This one that we just did goes right there on the bottom of that.
And then the piece that we just made with the A fabric on your left is going to be attached to the bottom.
Of this?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's this. Okay. This is F and D.
Thank you, Linda.
F, C, E, B, and B
Okay, so I've got fabric A.
is over on that side.
Now we are going to have 2 seams here that we have to nest up. We've got one here. Oh, my camera crapped out on me again, guys. I don't know what is happening with this camera. I'm going to have to switch it out. I have another one as a backup. But let me flip the screen over here. Hang on. Let me see if I can reset the camera again.
We're not doing anything
See, now it won't even turn on. Hang on.
with 1A.
1A is done. We put that in the container already, remember?
Yeah.
No.
Hang
We're
on.
waiting to add that to something.
Yeah, we'll add that to something later, probably at clue 10.
Why did they put it in 1?
There we go. There we go.
Okay, so you gotta do your thing to nest up those seams.
Okay, so we're going to be nesting up seams here and here. Now this, on the left-hand side here, I'm sorry, the right-hand side here, there's a seam. So we don't want to start on that edge. We want to start on the edge that doesn't have a seam. So we're going to flip this one up on top of the big piece.
Huh? They all have seams.
In the corners, Mom, in the corners.
In the what corners?
Okay, let me try again. Big piece
What
on the
big
top.
piece? Who?
Big piece on the top.
Okay.
Little piece that we just did on the bottom.
Yep.
We're going to take the little piece and we're going to flip it up onto the big piece.
Yep.
So now right sides are together.
Yep.
On the left-hand side, in that corner, there are no seams in that corner. On the right-hand side, there is a seam in the corner on the big piece. See the seam?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start on the left corner. That's what we're going to feed under our machine first. We're going to start there.
Okay.
And we're going to make sure that our seams nest up as we go. And also that our edge matches up. Which again, if you've sewn your 1/4 inch seam correctly, everything should match up almost perfectly. But just in case, the important part is nesting up those seams. Don't worry so much about your edges matching up. Worry more about your seams matching. Okay? If you want to cheat, if you're worried, use a pin. And I'm going to show you a trick. You're going to take a pin 1/4 inch from the edge, and you're going to put it right on your sewing line. Okay, all the way through your fabric, like this. And then you're going to take your other fabric, okay, 1/4 inch from the sewing line there, and you're going to put it into the seam. So that now your seams are nested with the pin all the way through it. And you're going to use the pin to hold that seam down. So now you know for certain that those seams are nested and they're going to stay that way. This is only if you're really worried about it. You don't have to do this. This is just an option for you. For those of you who are feeling more comfortable pinning your pieces together, this is a great way to make sure that happens. So let me show you one more time. I'm going to take my pin, 1/4 inch from the bottom, which in this case is actually a seam. You can see there's like a seam right here where everything kind of meets up, and I'm going to put my pin there all the way through. And then I'm going to put it all the way through on this side, again, where that seam is at. And match those two pieces up together. So now I know my seams are going to stay nested when I go to put it on my machine. And my edges also match up too. Okay? Only if you're comfortable. I don't like using pins because I poke myself with them. So I take them out. We're going to be doing 2 of these, so go ahead and sew them both up together. Okay, there's one.
Yeah, we lost. We're not perfect. Well, we'll get better, right?
I think we're doing pretty good.
All right. Flip this one over on top of this one. Making sure those seams nest up. Our edges also line up, which is an added bonus. And we're going to put that on the machine. Now you'll notice me doing this a couple times, but sometimes I have to lift my foot up just to make sure that it lays nice and flat. That's okay if you have to do that. You can also use your purple thing to help you make sure that those seams underneath are nice and tucked in there and laying nice and flat.
Is your material very thready?
Most of them are going to be thready because of the way that they're cut. Especially if they're cut on a bias. And because these are cut pieces, these are machine cut pieces, these are not they say hand cut, but they're not always hand cut like with a rotary cutter. A lot of times they're cut with like with a saw almost. It's a fabric saw basically. So the edges are going to be a little thready. That's just kind of the way that it works because of the way they were cut. And as you know, as you're handling cut pieces of fabric, they just get to be kind of thready. I wouldn't stress out too much, and whatever you do, do not pull on those threads. If you must, you can trim them, but honestly, I don't worry about them too much because eventually, as we start to put all these pieces together, those threads are going to disappear as part of your seams anyway.
No, I get it, but some of them are just really thready, and I don't want to get them caught in the machine.
Oh, for sure. No, that's an absolute question. And because we're using machines, Mom and I are both using a machine that has a thread cutter on it, it automatically gives us like this 1-inch piece of thread here. If you feel more comfortable trimming that thread piece off, you're more than welcome to do so. I don't. I just let them go. I just leave them alone and I trim them as I need them, but as I need to. But you can trim them off if you feel more comfortable. All right, it says we are going to press this piece of fabric towards the larger piece of fabric. Again, I felt this one gather, so I'm just going to grab this.
They're not badly off, are they? This
This
one's better.
kind of did a weird wonky thing here, so I'm just going to re-sew this one corner up real quick.
You okay?
It did a weird wonky on me, so I just took it literally took 2 threads to pull out to make it lay flat again, so I'm just going to run that through the machine again real quick. Because I want that to lay a little bit flatter for me.
This thing's pretty little.
There you go.
That's okay. I just want to make sure I'm pressing it in the right direction.
So we're going to take the shorter piece because we're pressing it towards the longer one. So we're going to take that smaller piece and we're going to put that on the bottom. So the whole thing looks a little weird because the big piece is on the top and the small piece is on the bottom. And then we're going to roll the big piece out like that till we get to the seam. And then again, I like to finger press my seam down just to kind of give it a little bit of a crease until I can get it over to my iron and give it a nice hard press. That just kind of makes it lay flat enough that I can get it over to the machine, to the iron.
The busier the
fabric, the less you see the seams.
Yep. That's the other great part, Mom, is that is an excellent point to make. The busier your fabrics, the harder it is to see those seams, so you don't have to stress so much if they don't match up quite correctly. It's all right. It's fine. It's going to be okay. I promise you, when the whole thing is put together, you will never notice. My very, very first PMQ, I still have it. It's one of my favorite colorways, so I kept it. It is so kitty-wampus in so many places, but unless you know what you're looking for, you don't see any of it.
So then this is done.
Small piece on the bottom, big piece on the top. We're rolling it out.
This is 1B.
Finger
1B.
pressing it down.
B.
Like that. And then ironing it flat.
Oh, I did a whole ironing failure here.
No, it's supposed to be up. Oh, I sewed it down, so.
I hear you whispering.
Well, we just are concerned about grading.
There's no grades. It's your own quilt, so you can do however you want. And now we officially have our 2 pieces that are complete. Excuse me. And just like we did before with our Post-it note, we've got our little square Post-it note for 1B. We're going to put that in the upper left corner. I just do that. I orient my piece however the clue says it's complete. So in this case, the F and D triangles are in the upper right corner. And that square A fabric is in the bottom left. So it's kind of got this stripe coming down the middle a little bit. See the stripe? It's a little bit hard to tell with my fabrics because they're so dark. But you can kind of see a stripe coming down the middle.
Oh, yeah, I see it now, Dave.
And you're going to take your... I always take my 1B marker and I put it in the upper left corner with a safety pin.
Why a safety pin and not a straight one?
Because they're going to be in the box for the next 10 months. And the last thing I want is for these pieces to come unmarked and then not be able to figure out which ones I need later. So I use a safety pin so that way, as I move them around or do whatever it is I need to do with them, that marking stays where I need it to. That's a great question, Mom. Thanks for that question. All right, so those pieces now. In some cases, in this case, I'm going to actually fold it because it's a little big. So I'm going to fold it in half for now. And I'm going to tuck it into my Ziploc.
Can I put these both in the same Ziploc?
Yes, absolutely. And then I also keep my clues until I'm done. So I put the clue in the Ziploc as well.
We can do that. She has to
Can.
go to the store.
So that everything
butter.
is tucked together in the Ziploc, all together in one piece, just like that. There we go. And then it goes in our bin, and we wait for our next clue.
All
That's
right,
it,
we can
ladies.
do this.
We are officially done with clue 1 of our puzzle, our Cotton Cuts Tree of Life PMQ. What do you guys think?
It was fun.
I'm glad you had a good time. I know it's a little confusing at first. You know, you got to kind of get the hang of it. You got to learn the terminology. You got to figure out how to orient your pieces. But look at this. But we only had to pull Jack out one time. That is pretty darn good, I think.
A bucket over here? No. No bucket.
So Terry says, congratulations, ladies. Why, thank you very much, Terry. I appreciate that.
We did it.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, it was so
Drunk
exciting.
and all.
So exciting. So now, ladies, what we had, so ladies and gents, friends of YouTube, Mom and I had a backup project that we had kind of in the behind the scenes here, just in case, because we weren't 100% sure how long this clue was going to take us. We weren't sure if it was going to take 1 hour or the full 2 hours or maybe even 3 hours. Lord only knows. So in this case, we're kind of just about at our 2 hour mark. We did 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, so we're about 2.5 hours in, which is just pretty good. It's not going to take friends at home it's not going to take them 2.5 hours to put this clue together. The reason that it took us that long is, one, we waited for each other to catch up. We were doing 2 things at one time, and I took a lot of time to make sure to explain to you guys exactly what we were doing, make sure to show you every step by step, with detailed instructions. So it shouldn't take you guys nearly as long to do that much. But I can tell you that when I was doing the large ones, this is a small, when I was doing the large ones before, it would take me about an hour and a half to do the full clue by myself, off camera. So it should not take you nearly that amount of time. So the backup project that Mom and I have in our background, and we might get to it after another clue, who knows, maybe as Mom and Cheryl get more comfortable with these clues, we might pick it up, is we're going to be working on a friendship table runner. And we call it a friendship table runner because you use 1 jelly roll. That's all you need is 1 jelly roll, and it will actually make 2 table runners. Keep 1 for yourself and 1 for a friend, and that's why it's called a friendship table runner. Now, I've already given Mom a jelly roll. She's got it over there tucked away. And Mom, do you want to show everybody what the jelly roll looks like?
Sure. You know he's married to Bunny.
Yes, Cheryl. Cheryl that is her joke about jelly roll, is that he's married to Bunny. Mom, why don't you read off the name of the fabric for me? Is that what type of fabric? Who's the maker of that fabric?
Deborah's Garden by Michael Design Works.
Okay, it's called Deborah's Garden. It's by Michael Design Works. It's a really pretty fabric. Mom, can you bring it up to the camera a little closer so people can see it?
You want this fabric?
No, the jelly roll.
Oh, Cheryl, take the jelly roll.
Cheryl's going to be it's Vanna Sherlock Holmes for a minute. There you go. There you can get to see it's a bunch of flowers and butterflies. It's very spring-like colors. I
it is very pretty.
I thought my mom would really like it. It's a lot of fun flowers, and she's a gardening kind of person, so I thought it would really, really help her out. So we're excited to
I think it will look
open.
really nice in my new dining room if I ever get it done.
There you go. It'll look really nice in her new dining room, she says. Thank you, Cheryl, very much for that. And then she also has two pieces of 2 yards each, 2 different fabrics there of 2 yards each, and those are the backing fabrics for her quilts. So that one's got some butterflies and some flowers. It's a really pretty one. And then she's also got a really dark one. It's a dark blue, and that one's got all kinds of different flowers on it. No butterflies on that one, but nice, pretty flowers. Very pretty. Thank you, Cheryl. And she's going to use those for the backing on these two quilts. So you guys, this is a little teaser for you guys of another project that we're going to be having in the works on the days where our clue does not take us the full amount of time. These friendship table runners, it's a free pattern. You guys are so funny. It's a free pattern by Donna Jordan of Jordan Fabrics. You can go over to her website and get it right now if you want to. That's the one that we're going to be following. Super quick, super easy. You just need a single jelly roll and 4 yards of fabric. 2 yards for the backing of each. Is it 2 yards of fabric or 4 yards? I think it's.
No.
I'm going to have to look again. I think it's 4 yards of fabric total for the backing on both quilts. Now let me show you my jelly roll, because I haven't even shown Mom my jelly roll. My jelly roll is called Allure, and it is also by Deborah Edwards and Melanie Samora. It is a North cut fabric, and it is called Allure.
What is North Cut?
That is the fabric manufacturer.
Oh.
And it is peacock feathers.
Oh, wow, that's pretty.
Very pretty.
And it starts out as a dark green, and then it goes to a blue, and then it goes to a lighter green, all the way into a purple, and then it comes back into a blue, all the way back to its dark green.
Very pretty.
You can see the colors a little bit better here. Sorry for the glare. You can see the colors here a little bit better. But that's what mine is going to look like.
Feathers.
And the backing fabric that I have chosen for this project, which it's tucked into one of these containers. I'm not sure which container it's in right now. But the backing fabric that I have chosen is this peacock feathers. So the backing on all of mine will be the peacock feathers. So I'm really excited.
Very cool.
Ellen,
Very
yes,
cool.
Absolutely. Can I give you again the site for the free pattern? Absolutely, 100%. I actually bought the fabric from the website as well. It is called Jordan Fabrics. It is Donna Jordan. She has her own YouTube channel. She does a fantastic job with her tutorials. She's amazing. She's one of the reasons that I got into quilting and how I learned how to do it. Donna Jordan of Jordan Fabrics, just www.jordanfabrics.com. And you can go, there's a spot up there up at the top that says free patterns. You click on that, scroll all the way down to the bottom, because she's got a ton of free patterns. Scroll almost all the way down to the bottom where she's got all of her table runners, and you want to look for the one that's called Friendship Table Runner.
Your hand's squirting off the top.
Did I get tongue-tied? Let me see if I can pull the pattern. I have not pulled the pattern out yet because I've made this one already once before.
Oh, you want the pattern?
Mom has it for sure, but I know I have one too, Mom. I can pull it out. Give me just a second.
Here, show the pattern.
You guys can see how I organize all of my patterns. Here it is.
Let's show the pattern.
Oop, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
There you go. That is what the pattern is going to look like. Thank you, Cheryl. Might as well keep it out anyway, since I'm going to need it. But that is what the pattern is going to look like. So you need one jelly roll. Oh, I take that back. You need 12 2.5-inch strips will make 2. So we have one jelly roll, so we're actually going to make 4. And that is why Mom has 4 yards of fabric. Because we're going to actually be making 4 of these. And we're going to use the entire jelly roll.
All right.
Got it. When do I get to use a layer cake?
We don't have any layer cakes yet. I haven't given you any of those yet. Yes, it's a nice tight braided pattern. It's really pretty. I love the dark color that runs down the, oops, again, my camera crapped out on me again, but there's a nice dark color that runs through the middle, and then some light and medium fabrics that run through. And again, we're going to mess with some fabrics. We're going to figure some things out, but that is what we are going to be doing. So I'm giving you guys a little bit of a teaser of another project that we're going to be doing on this After Dark series along with our clues. We might not get to it for a couple of episodes. It just depends on how long it kind of takes us to get the hang of these clues. But that is what we are going to be doing. Yeah, my camera. See, like I've even pulled it all the way out, and it's still showing. I'm gonna have to switch out cameras. Anyway, that is all we have got for this evening, guys. We have completed what we wanted to do today. We wanted to get through clue 1, which we did. It's a little bit of a struggle in the beginning, but we got through it. We persevered, and we were able to make it work.
We didn't struggle.
You had to pull Jack out a couple times. So
I only pulled Jack out once.
I love the magnified glass in the hat. You guys are fantastic. I love it.
And our formal attire.
I love your formal attire. It's so fantastic. I love it. It's so much fun. If
Shoot
you guys
high.
missed the beginning of this stream where they surprised us with that, make sure that you go back and watch the replay and watch the beginning of the stream, and you'll notice there's just this white box on the screen, and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening right now? It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I'm glad that they did it. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I'm glad that you're joining me for this PMQ. We're going to have so much fun teaching everybody how to make these. And if you guys have not already signed up for a PMQ, and this clue has made you decide that you really want to give it a shot, there is still plenty of time to go over to cottoncuts.com. You can do !CC in chat right now, and it'll give you a link. You can go over there and you can still sign up. You can still sign up. They're still shipping clues out. So, and if you did sign up and you haven't gotten your clue 1 yet or your box yet, it's okay. They're on the way. They're having a little bit of trouble with UPS or USPS. In fact, Mom, you just got yours on what, Wednesday?
Thursday.
She got hers on Thursday. We were like, what are we going to do on Saturday if she doesn't get it by Saturday? But luckily, she was able to get it in time. So don't stress too much. If you haven't gotten it yet, give it a little bit of extra time. They're taking forever to get out.
Thanks, guys. It was fun.
It was fun, ladies.
We put too much effort into the shenanigans in the beginning.
Be good until the next time we see you for another clue.
Julie says, how long do we have to wait between slots? Julie, we are doing the After Dark series at least once a month. I am trying to do them the 3rd Saturday of every month to allow for plenty of time for us to receive our clues, because our clues do ship, I think, on the 2nd business day of the month. So I am trying to give plenty of time for everyone that is receiving them monthly, like myself, to make sure that we get them in time. So I think we're going to stick with the 3rd Saturday of every month for our PMQs. But you never know. We might throw an extra one in there now and again. I try and post a schedule to the channel every month, kind of in advance. I have events set up already in our Facebook group for the month of March. And I also have previews set up for the month of March as well. But I have not sent out the official calendar or the official event on our YouTube channel yet. It's on our Facebook, but not on our YouTube. I think the next one is planned for March. Forgive me, I don't remember. It's in March. I think it's the weekend before the girl's birthday.
I believe you are correct, daughter.
I think it's like the 17th, I want to say, will be the next one.
That would be
Yeah, that might be.
17th is, I wanted to say Valentine's Day. That's not right. St. Patrick's Day.
Isn't it the 14th?
Yes, Terry, thank you. They ship the first Friday of every month. So I try to do our streams the 3rd Saturday. Yeah, that's when I'm trying to do it. Yeah. 17th is a Sunday. Okay, so I think it's the 16th, Terry. Thank you.
That would make better sense, because
Yep.
I would have remembered.
June is going to be a little...
didn't,
I'm sorry, Mom, what?
you didn't mention the
It's like
catastrophe Taylor had at work this week.
that was a couple weeks ago now, and I thought I did.
Oh. Okay, maybe you did.
I think I
just
mentioned
didn't
it
know.
on a Sunday stream. Yeah, I think I mentioned it on a
Oh,
Sunday
well, I missed it.
stream. That's all right. It's okay. I forgive you.
I thought the beaver said it was spring.
It's supposed to be, but it hasn't happened yet.
It's not a beaver.
The
No,
groundhog.
it's
It's a groundhog.
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 What the hell is the matter with Mr. Wizard?
It's not a beaver, you tell him.
No, it's a ground. It's supposed to be a groundhog. Yeah.
And it is very cold up here this weekend.
It is very chilly. It has been very, very chilly this weekend.
Yeah, we're not happy.
No,
Not happy.
it's been chilly. Some people got snow today. I saw. My goodness, Lucas said he got snow down in southern Illinois by them. They're in Charleston, Illinois, which is pretty central to Illinois. And they said they got snow, so that was kind of crazy. It sounds like everything south of I-80 got snow, and we're not south of I-80, so we didn't get any snow.
Woodchuck.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
If a woodchuck chuck wood.
Wood.
Too funny. Too funny. All right. Well, thank you, friends, so much for joining us this evening. I hope you had fun. I hope no one indulged too much in our drinking game, but I hope you all drank water. That's what we were encouraging, was everyone to drink water. Keep hydrated. And I hope you guys all had a great time. We will see you again on the 17th. That's when Mom and Cheryl will be joining me again for another
16th.
16th.
Sorry, the 16th. Thank you. That's when Mom and Cheryl will be joining me for another PMQ. But in the meantime, we still have our Sunday streams every Sunday from now until then. In fact, we will have one tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. I do not remember what it is we are working on, but we are working on something. And then also you may see me pop in on a stream every now and again on a Saturday. I can't tell you what time or what Saturdays. They will be completely random, and it will basically just be me hanging out in my quilting room working on some random project. It won't be a tutorial. It won't be a special project or anything like that. It will literally just be me hanging out in my sewing room for an hour or 2 hours or however long I want. So that may come up here sometime in the next month or so. You'll just have to wait and find out, because I'm not scheduling them. I'm just kind of whenever I get time. So as always, if you guys have any questions about your PMQs or anything regarding the channel, please feel free to email me. I try and get back to my emails as quick as I can. You can send me a message on Facebook. You can send me a message on Instagram. Leave a comment in the video down below, and I will try and answer it there. I want to help you guys out as much as I can, but just remember, the name of the channel is Not an Expert. Okay, so I will try and answer your questions as best I can, or I will point you in the direction of an expert who will be able to answer your questions that much better than I am. Well, I think that's all I've got for today. Did you ladies have anything left?
Oh, we're done.
Just is, June is a distance away, but still coming up rather quickly. If anybody has any suggestions, we're coming out of the Chicagoland area, heading to Nashville. So if you've got any suggestions on what to do in Nashville, places to go, or as Dani has requested, any quilting stores, shoot her messages and
Or crafting stores. We would appreciate crafting stores.
Yes,
too.
Mom and Cheryl are much more crafting than they are sewing, but we like them all. And it doesn't have to be anything creative related. It could simply be a fun restaurant or, a fun place, a fun museum, or anything that you guys think of that is fun in your area that's on their way from the Chicago area down to Nashville. We would love to know about it, so we can try and hit it up. We can try and check it out.
sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, friends, very much for that. I appreciate it. I love you guys, and thank you again for the donations, the subscribers. We love you all, and we will see you all again tomorrow. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.